white trim, and Tottenham Hotspur with the lily white shirts, the dark blue sleeves, the blue shorts, and the white socks. And I can see the Leicester captain Jamie Vardy just waiting for his opposite number, Son Heung-min, the Tottenham captain, who takes off his gloves before the two captains shake hands. Our referee Robert Jones in the centre circle is about to do the coin toss, have a chat to them both, and then the game will get underway. You and I both said it ahead of kickoff, Rob Green, not really sure what is coming here. Say this a lot in a lot of football games. First goal feels big today.
It is, and it is a stadium. It's a magnificent stadium here now at Tottenham Hotspur. It is a stadium waiting to concede the first goal. This is what they do, and it is unbelievable, the change in atmosphere. The thing they've got going for them is Leicester are exactly the same.
We are about to have a moment of reflection here ahead of kickoff at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and this is to remember and pay our respects to former Tottenham player Gary Brooke, who sadly died earlier this month at the age of just 64. Both sets of players are gathering either side of the centre circle, and I can see members of Gary's family and former teammates of his standing on the side of the pitch here as they join in the minute's applause. I can see Pat Jennings down there in the pouring rain, Gary Mabbott and Graham Roberts, both former teammates of Gary Brooke. 101 appearances he made for Tottenham and won some trophies as well, part of the squads that won back-to-back FA Cups in 1981 and 1982. Most interestingly, actually, came off the bench in the original FA Cup final in 1981 in the draw against Manchester City and replaced Ricky Villa. Villa, of course, then went on in the replay to score one of the greatest FA Cup final goals of all time. And actually for Gary Brooke even to get into that Tottenham team, when you consider the likes of Glenn Hoddle, Mickey Hazard, Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa were all in that side, was some achievement in himself. Everyone here will remember him fondly. And we're about ready to go here. 5 Live and BBC Sounds with the rain falling down. Palace Brentford underway in the Premier League as well. Commentary on that game is over on Sports Extra. Tottenham have kicked us off. Ben Davies is floating a ball down the left wing. Leicester have dealt with that. Ayew spins and clears with his right foot, and Radu Dragushin, the giant Romanian, inside his own half, collects possession for Tottenham. Rob Green.
Yeah, Leicester setting up pretty much in the 4-4-2 as it is, and El Khanous has gone up front with Jamie Vardy. They're not looking to press, holding their line at the moment. You're feeling if they do hold their line, they do win the ball. With Tottenham's high line, the one chance they have got, Jamie Vardy over the top, Jordan Ayew chasing in, El Khanous in support. That's the best chance for Leicester of getting something, getting goals from this game, because you feel like they're going to need some to get anything from it.
Just talking about that Leicester front three in terms of age profile, as they say. Jamie Vardy, 38 years old, Jordan Ayew, 33 years old, and Bobby Decordova-Reid, who's been brought into the team today, 31 years old. Plenty of experience, shall we say. Ayew battling with 18-year-old Archie Gray. Archie Gray has fouled him. This is just inside the Tottenham half on the right. It'll be a Leicester free kick, and Ayew in his long sleeve blue Leicester shirt, shorts already soaked, clinging to his legs here, takes the free kick. It goes back into the Leicester half, and it's full-time at Tannadice. Gavin Wallace.
Yeah, Rangers with their first win away since the 8th of December. Dundee United 1, Rangers 3. Dalby opened the scoring, but Diomande, Robin Proper and Cyril Dessers ensure the gap is back to 10 on Celtic. Dundee United 1, Rangers 3.
Papsar gave the ball away. Vardy feeds Ayew. He's into the Tottenham penalty area. Tottenham have got a couple of defenders on him. The ball is prodded back out to the right. Former Tottenham man Harry Winks is there. James Justin in support. They try and play a 1-2. Sarr comes charging in to try and make amends for the initial mistake. Slips over, actually, making the tackle. It goes out for a Leicester throw. A few nerves there, Rob, potentially.
Yeah, unforced errors. Unforced error from Tottenham initially, giving it away. And then the attack from Leicester, you're not going to get many better chances to attack the Tottenham back line better than that. And it was slow, it wasn't decisive, and you just feel already, we're only a couple of minutes in, but the nerves are there.
Yeah, you can feel them all around us inside this stadium. The Leicester fans in a corner away to our left. Here's Dragushin for Tottenham, right-footed pass to Porro in the right-back position. First-time ball from Richarlison is perfect into the path of Kulusevski, and all eyes on Son Heung-min making tracks in the middle. Kulusevski looks up, looks for the pull-back to the edge of the box, didn't find Richarlison. Bergvall gets onto the clearance, plays this back to Archie Gray. He's got time to find Son to his left. Son holds off his man, back to Sarr, patient from Tottenham, and Leicester very much back in a 4-4-2 shape there. Tight lines, no room between defenders and midfielders, and Tottenham knocking the ball around in front of them. Coming up to 3 minutes played in the first half. Porro gets it on the right-hand side, low cross, deflected out of the box to the feet of Winks. Measured pass, El Khanous just had a little drag back from Sarr there, but was able to keep going. Winks feeds Ayew on the right. Ayew against Gray, brings the ball forward 5 yards, then decides to come back to the halfway line and find James Justin.
Yeah, you're looking at Leicester, and it's the first real opening to say there was indecisiveness in the defence. Richarlison dropped in a little bit deep, and you're looking at Vestergaard or Fast to get in tight with him. They didn't, and all of a sudden, the game opened up for them.
Penny for the thoughts of those two managers way down below on the touchline here in this mightily impressive Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that just, when you arrive ground level, you don't see it until you get really close, and then it just looms up in front of you. Lots of different shades of grey, rectangular panels all over it, the giant golden cockerel above us to the right-hand side. As Leicester attack down the left, good skills here and cross into the penalty area, finds Ayew at the far post. It's just beyond him, actually, and goes behind for the goal kick to Tottenham. 4 minutes in, Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. Tottenham take the goal kick quickly. Antonin Kinski, the 21-year-old Czech, is back in goal for this game. Brandon Austin started the win against Hoffenheim in the Europa League. Son is fouled here, so Tottenham's back 4. We've still got Archie Gray at left back. Jed Spence is unavailable, one of the many who's out injured at the moment. Porro at right back, Dragushin and Ben Davis, the two centre-backs. Bergvall, Bentancur and Sarr, the midfield three. Kulusevski, Richarlison and Son, who bumps into Fassir, tries to take it round the goalkeeper, and Stalacic gets enough on that to stop him, and Richarlison nearly found a way through.
Yeah, interesting. I think it would have been a foul. Fess is complaining. He's saying, well, I played advantage. Referee Rob Jones wants the goalkeeper have got it. It's a bit of a cop-out. It's a little warning. Tottenham very adept at the long, straight balls. Score a lot of goals from that.
Richarlison starting again, as he did on Thursday night, came off the bench in the Premier League, defeated Everton last week and scored. I'll give you the Leicester starting 11 in just a second. They've got to keep an eye on Son Heung-min here. Short pass to Archie Gray. James Justin all over the back of him. Great turn from Gray. Justin's fouled him. Tottenham get the free kick.
Well, there's no reason for that not to be a booking. It's in an advanced area. He's beaten his man. He's going to cross the ball. He blatantly hauls him down, and just a talking to, that's a real let-off.
That is referee Robert Jones in the ear of James Justin, who listens attentively, nods, and then trots back into the penalty area, ready to defend the free kick. Palace 0, Brentford 0. Rangers 3-1 winners at Dundee United in the Scottish Premiership. So the gap now is 10 points to Celtic at the top, but Celtic now have the game in hand. Their game this weekend called off due to the storm. Son is waiting to take the free kick for Tottenham. Silence falls in this cavernous stadium. Almost hear a pin drop here as Son, with the gloves back on his hands, wiggling his fingers here. You can see even from this distance as he waits to take the free kick, and he's taking some time over it, but that's because our referee Rob Jones just making sure everything is how he wants it to be inside that penalty area. The usual pulling, pushing, shoving, pinching, whatever's going on in there, as Son delivers one to the far post, stretch from Stalacic, gets a left hand on the ball. It runs here to the Leicester left-back Christensen, tries to bring it out from the back. He's challenged by Bentancur, and it goes out for a Leicester throw. Early stages at Selhurst Park then, Aaron Paul.
Palace 0, Brentford 0. Palace very much in the ascendancy here. Jean-Philippe Mateta with the best chance of the game, just inside the area. He thundered a shot towards goal. Even better save, though, with the big left paw of Mark Flecken. Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Commentary on that one continues on Sports Extra. Our second Premier League commentary on 5 Live this afternoon comes from Villa Park. John Murray and Stephen Warnock with Aston Villa West Ham. We've also got a Premier League game kicking off at 7 tonight. That is Fulham against Manchester United. Papsar, the pass too short for him. Ayew nips in for Leicester, running at Tottenham defenders into the box, tries a shot that's blocked. Bentancur, little pass to Porro, wasn't enough on that either. Tottenham guilty here of giving the ball away again, encouraging Leicester. Justin receives a pass on the right from Samare, comes back to Samare. Clever little shoulder drop from him, cross in. Vardy tries a sort of back-heeled volley, it hits his own backside, and it falls nicely for Tottenham, and Kulusevski should be able to get this away, although he's under pressure here from El Khanous, down by the corner flag in Tottenham's right-back position. Dragoshin helps out, first-time clearance from him, and then a volley from Porro, high up towards the halfway line. Vestergaard wins the header, and Leicester can start to build.
Yeah, it's clever from Leicester, because when they lose the ball, they're not going very expansive when they've got it. They're staying quite narrow. Jordan Ayew's tucking a long way in. So when they do lose it, they're very close to the ball. And Spurs aren't quite ready for that. They're sort of thinking, oh, we've won it back, let's just play out. And it's not there. The pressure is on, and they're twice in quick succession, they'll lose it.
It's Rob Green, former England goalkeeper, with us here at Tottenham this afternoon, 8 minutes in. Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. Diagonal ball from Fass, deckered over Reed. Sprinted towards it, stretched out a left leg to try and control it. Managed to do that, but then Porro took it off him. Low pass from him up the right-hand touchline. Tottenham give it away again inside their own half, and Porro sort of throws his arms out in frustration as if that's not his fault. Winks ball over the top, curls into the path of El Khanous. It takes him away from goal, but now he turns wide on the left, dummies across, Porro's in front of him, Winks trying to get on the end of a ball that's rolled to the edge of the penalty area. Bentancur clears, and Bentancur comes steaming up the field, chasing his own clearance 50 yards. Leicester come back to the goalkeeper, Stolarczyk.
Really poor from Spurs. I know we're only 9 minutes in, but you're thinking for Leicester, score when you're on top. And they're on top at the minute, because Tottenham just cannot keep the ball.
Leicester have lost their last 7 games. They've only scored 2 goals in that time. They're in again here. Christensen cut back to Jordan Ayew's first-time finish, blocked by Ben Davies. Meant Kinski didn't have to make the save. Shot this time heavily deflected from outside the box from El Khanous, and that loops into the arms of Antonin Kinski, but it is a very sloppy start by the home team.
Yeah, the Leicester fans starting to believe a bit, roaring the team on. Christensen bombing down the left, and all the Tottenham backline backed into the penalty. And Jordan Ayew had the whole of the edge of the penalty area to take his time and pick his shot, but wasn't the greatest of strikes.
No, it wasn't convincing, the strike from Ayew. Probably even had time to take a touch and hit a strike, but he went first time. Ball down the left from Gray is one for Richarlison to chase. Wout Fass is there. Then that's a slightly loose back pass to Stolarczyk, who comes scampering back towards the byline. Clears first time with his right foot. Bentancur lays it off to Sarr. That's another misplaced pass. Bergvall couldn't control it. El Khanous looking for the run of Vardy. Dragoshin has got him covered. He was getting dragged back by Vardy there. And Tottenham have dealt with the danger for now. 10 minutes played, first half. Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. Leicester's team then, Jakub Stolarczyk in goal. James Justin and Victor Christensen, the 2 fullbacks. Wout Fass and Yannick Vestergaard, the 2 centre-backs. Son, tackled by Fass here. Ball runs to Vardy just inside the Tottenham half, then to Winks. Winks pokes it to Vardy, challenges flying in. Back it comes to Dragoshin. Winks and Boubakary Samare as the midfield 2 for Leicester. Then it's Ayew, El Khanous and Decordova-Reid with Jamie Vardy through the middle. Diagonal pass stays in play for Tottenham. Son gets to it, passes back to Gray, wears number 14 for Tottenham, just 18 years old, mop of dark hair on top of his head. Back it comes to Dragoshin. Dragoshin's pass reaches Kulusevski on the right. The pace is slow here from Tottenham, and Dragoshin is able to just roll another pass to Ben Davies. 10 yards inside the Leicester half. Leicester have everyone at the moment behind the ball. Dragoshin to Porro, laid off to Bentancur. First time ball looking for Son, takes a touch edge of the box, trying to work it into a shooting opportunity possibly. Draws a couple of defenders in, back to Bentancur. Now wide to the left to Gray. Sarr in support, couple of touches from him, then Gray with a cross, whipped in towards the near post. Fass acrobatically volleys it away, and Sarr shoots from the edge of the box straight at Stolarczyk, who puts one leg behind it and just cushions it with his two palms of his hands. WSL, Chelsea-Arsenal, no goals yet. I'm hearing there's a penalty. Flo Pollard.
Yes, there is. There's a penalty for Chelsea. Lauren James fouled in the box. Katie McCabe got a second yellow. She's been sent off, so Arsenal down to 10. The ball is on the spot. Guru Reiten is over the ball. And the referee blows the whistle. Guru Reiten takes a big deep breath and fires it into the bottom corner. Chelsea in front. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0.
Thank you, Flo. Chelsea starting the game as well with a 7-point lead over Arsenal. That would extend that to 10. Leicester player down. Jordan Ayew has taken a whack to the head, so we're going to get a stoppage in play here. 12 minutes in, Rob Green. It's 0-0. Yeah,
it's nervous stuff. I think it's nervous stuff from both teams. Leicester can't quite believe that they've won the ball as many times as they have, and I don't think Tottenham can't quite believe they've given it away as often as they have. What was quite interesting was when Leicester got into their shape, Archie Gray actually stepping into the inverted midfielder role that he can do, he has been known to do there from fullback, and he's just holding Jordan Ayew in his shape in a narrow four in midfield. Gives Son all the space he wants on this left-hand side.
So Chelsea 1 up on Arsenal in the WSL. Palace-Tottenham is underway. That is 0-0 at the moment. Rangers have beaten Dundee United by 3 goals to 1. And Palace-Brentford over on Sports Extra. Full commentary of that game. Also available via the BBC Sounds app. 0-0. Grayslow crossing to the Leicester box. Bergvall stretches. Now he's on the floor. Manages to get it back to Porro, who hits it fiercely. Stolarczyk palms it away, and it comes to Son. Son, 2 defenders in front of him, works across into the near post. Fass is there, calmly on the half volley, just side foots the clearance away, goes out for a Tottenham throw. That was well hit by Porro.
Yeah, well hit and well worked from Bergvall. It was one that he managed to win the ball, go down and keep the ball and just lay it off perfectly. Strong hit, Stolarczyk, strong hands, pressure starting to mount.
Suddenly some encouragement for the Tottenham fans. They find their voices. Kulusevski from deep, wide on the right, floated diagonal to the toes of Son. Son immediately steps on the gas, crosses in with his left foot, and Stolarczyk dives down onto the floor and grabs that with both hands at the near post.
James Justin needs a bit of help out here, down at right back, up against Son. He's not the first, and probably won't be the last who might struggle against Tottenham with this player, but he's just looking at the shape that they've got. He's very much on his own, and Archie Gray going up in support. Jordan Ayew, as this game goes on, might get dragged further and further back. His teammate might just say to him, come back here a few yards.
Sharp intake of breath from the Leicester fans with their team knocking it around at the back. Stolarczyk, the goalkeeper, under pressure inside his own 6-yard box, but they've managed to get this ball forward. Attacking position now on the right. Justin's cross. Ben Davies miscues the clearance. It drops nearly on top of the bar, and Kinski cannot take a chance with that. Just leaps up and flicks it over his own bar for a Leicester corner.
That was horrible for a keeper. As it goes up in the air, you stand looking up into the grey sky going, oh, thank you very much. I have no idea where this is going to land.
Rain has eased a little since the game has kicked off, and I think given the size of this stadium and how well enclosed you are, the wind, I mean, that doesn't feel like there's too much wind, but you're certainly sheltered from a lot of it. Ayew's waiting to take the corner on the right. We've played 15 minutes, first half at Tottenham. Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. El Canouse thought about coming for the short one. Ayew's going to use him. Corner of the Tottenham box on the right. Cross comes in. Richarlison with the peroxide hair leaps, heads it away. Lovely first touch from Winks. Evades the challenge of Bentancur. Back onto his right foot here, 30 yards out. Fass is not quite sure what to do. Passes it towards Winks. It went past him and found Christensen. And now Decordova-Reid receives it on the left-hand side. And he's running at Archie Gray. Gray makes the block of the cross. The ball falls to Gray's feet, and from that right back position clears it down the right hand touchline, and Christensen rather scruffily dealt with it. In fact, was it a handball?
No, throw-in.
Throw-in, it went out for a throw.
Yeah, but it was Decordova-Reid did well initially, just got half a stride on Archie Gray and then hesitated, and that was enough for him to get back and get the foot in. So in the end, good defending for him. I feel for him. Archie Gray, he's played, I think this is the first time he's actually played the same position in consecutive games for about 2 months. So he's been all over the place in this back line.
Tottenham's women 1 up in the WSL away to Palace. That game kicked off at 2. Sarr fouled by Ayew. Tottenham free kick. They're playing from right to left in this first half as we look at it from our commentary position. Ange Postecoglou, the boss, in the big long grey coat again. Hands thrust deep into the pockets. Ruud van Nistelrooy, fabulous finisher that he was in the Black jacket, smart black jacket, shiny polished shoes, arms crossed down in the technical area. Porro's ball forward to Bergvall. Bergvall brings that under control, turns inside the Leicester half. Again, looking for Son with the diagonal. Good pass, Son brings it in field, moving at speed, holds off Ayew, shoots for the bottom corner, and Stalacic gets a fingertip on that to turn it round the post. Tottenham very nearly 1-0 in front.
Brilliant save. Gets the plaudits from his teammates and the crowd, because that was full stretch. Son was at full speed, and it's the space that he's got out on this left-hand side, steps inside, and he can just drive in and keeps driving, and he just skips off this slippery surface. What Stalacic really well there, gets a tiny step in before the dive. That was the difference between getting the fingertip and not.
Top goalkeeping appreciated by a top goalkeeper. Rob Green with us here at Tottenham. It's 0-0. Corner and away swinger, dropping on the penalty spot. Ayew heads it away. Sarr is underneath it for Tottenham, lets it bounce, and then just shovels a left-footed pass back into his own half. Antonin Kinski, all in bright yellow, the Tottenham keeper. Plays it to Gray. Gray across to Sarr. Vardy closes in and slips. The Tottenham fans enjoy that. No James Maddison, by the way, for Tottenham this afternoon. Ange Postecoglou saying before the game that he just came up a little sore after the game against Hoffenheim on Thursday night. Maddison scored in it, but he's another one unavailable to Postecoglou for this game. Kulusevski up against Christensen, holds him off, plays back to Porro. Porro under pressure from Decordova-Reid. Passes back into his own half. Dragushin across to Davis. El Khanous puts the pressure on. Wide it comes to Son on the left. Gray does really well. Had to stretch to control that pass. Keeps the move going as well. Sarr driving into the heart of midfield. Stumbles forward. And actually the free kick goes against him. He's the one that falls over. The referee, Rob Jones, saw that as a foul by the Tottenham man. Free kick Leicester.
Yeah, I think he got more punished for refereeing the game himself there. He said, well, that was enough of a foul for me. Thank you very much. And really just got muscled out of it by the number of Leicester players that there were.
Yeah, just off balance, stumbling forward. He's quite a gangly figure, is Pat Son. I think he was trying to buy the free kick there. So it's Leicester's free kick, 19 minutes into the first half. Nervy start from Tottenham. Looks like they're settling a little bit now. Stalacic with the fabulous save from Son. His clearance forward flicked on. Vardy can't get onto that, and Kinski bowls it out immediately to Porro. Porro, little pass infield to Bergvall. Soumare is right there for Leicester. Pass into space in the Tottenham half. Kulusevski reads that. First time ball from him is back to Davis. Davis across to Dragushin. Dragushin to Porro. Now the Tottenham runners start from midfield. Curling pass might find Richarlison. Flags up immediately. Richarlison into the area, shoots. Another Stalacic save, but it's going to be a free kick for the offside.
Yeah, fortunate, because it was tight. And it was horrible from Christensen. Just changed his mind on the ball, left it. Richarlison was never actually onside, never got into the line. It's ill discipline from him.
Still Palace 0, Brentford 0 at Selhurst Park. Commentary on that game over on Radio 5 Sports Extra. Villa West Ham kicks off at 4:30. Full commentary here on 5 Live, and that pass makes its way via a deflection to Vardy. Good ball from him. Decordova-Reid, little touch into the penalty area. Davis is there to mop up for Tottenham. Clears with his right foot, and it's out for a throw to Leicester, down by the corner flag on their left wing.
Yeah, another breakaway, another chance, another pass, more clinical pass, and Leicester have had a shot on goal.
Oh, that was trickery, and the pass has found Decordova-Reid. That was El Khanous just dangling his foot in front of the ball, then a little sway of the hips, and he beat his man. It's back here with Yannick Vestergaard, the giant Danish centre-half. Nice pass from him to the right. Justin stretches, controls, brings it infield, shoots with his left foot, one bounce into the arms of Kinski. To Selhurst Park, Aaron Paul.
Brentford have had their first sight on goal here. Palace 0, Brentford 0. Really good save from Dean Henderson. Johan Visa, edge of the box, able to swivel, shot through the legs of Chris Richards, but Henderson low down to his right to turn it behind for a corner. Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Ball is back with the Tottenham goalkeeper here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ben Davis, 92 caps for his country now. Playing the ball to his left-hand side for Tottenham into his 11th season at this football club, as Bentancur on the halfway line just chips a pass out to Son. Loads of space again for the Tottenham captain. Ayew's in front of him initially. Gray makes the supporting run on the outside. Justin comes out to meet him. Gray's crosses into the area, and Leicester centre-backs just let that go behind them. No danger, and actually Stalacic runs across the byline and keeps it in play.
It was actually a really good cross from Archie Gray, and it just wasn't read by his teammates. He stepped back onto his right foot. His teammates said, oh, he's going to play it back, we'll retain possession. And he whipped in a lovely ball, and Richarlison was a yard away from making the right decision. Stepped back rather than forwards.
Here we go again. Stolarczyk plays to Winks, who was under pressure. Leicester trying to keep it inside their own half. El Kanous sliding, gets the ball to Decordova-Reid. Too much on that pass to Christensen, and it goes out for a throw. You can see what Leicester are trying to do, but at times when they try and execute it, it's wing and a prayer.
Yeah, they're just lulling Spurs, and they want Spurs to basically commit men to say, right, OK, Vardy's 1v1 or 1v2, and it's a foot race. Let's do that. Let's hit it into their half, and then we go. Trying to keep it whilst doing that is the challenge.
Here's Davis, right-footed ball for Tottenham, wide to Son. Justin just in front of him. Davis back to Bentancur, 5 yards inside the Leicester half. Bergvall is available to him, inside right channel here. All the outfield players inside this Leicester half away to our left. Tottenham working it to the left. Son under pressure from Ayew and Justin, knocked over. Free kick for Tottenham, and Son has felt that too, actually, just grimaces as he brings himself to his feet.
A whack on the ankle, a whack on the heel, and we shan't mention
the
injuries of Tottenham, but every time any of their main players gets a little knock, you feel the stadium, you just go, oh no, not again.
Well, I was going to say, Rob, actually, and I know it's a slightly unfair comparison. I was at Bournemouth yesterday for their stunning performance against Nottingham Forest. 12 fit senior outfield players. Now, they're the 12 players that you would most want fit. It's his starting 11, and Ange Postecoglou doesn't have that at the moment, but it shows what can be done.
Absolutely, and you're looking at it saying, well, it's only an excuse when you're not winning. No one really mentions it when you're winning, and Bournemouth certainly doing that at the moment.
Bournemouth at home to Liverpool is our 3 o'clock commentary next Saturday. This is Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. You're listening to it on BBC Radio 5 Live, possibly on the Sounds app if you're on the move this afternoon. Pass through the Tottenham lines, doesn't reach El Kanous. Porro intercepts. Kulusevski receives his pass on the right. Little nutmeg there on Soumare. Kulusevski felt he was tripped. He stays down, but Soumare comes charging forward with the ball for Leicester. Plays a decent pass as well to El Kanous. Trickery from him. This time it doesn't work. The ball got away from him. Sarr in there for Tottenham. Finds Porro. Porro's got 2 blue-shirted Leicester players breathing down his neck. Bentancur now is tackled out there, and actually he's the one who's run the ball over the touchline, throw into Leicester.
Yeah, good response from the Leicester players, surrounded Porro.
Christensen's cross, that's blocked by Porro. Another throw-in for Leicester.
But every time they come forward, you just feel Leicester, that it's there. They've got something there. There's a real element of risk to Spurs and how they play. We know that. It's just getting that last pass, that capitalising on it is the issue for Leicester.
Tottenham's women have a second goal away to Crystal Palace in the WSL. Palace 0, Tottenham 2. Cross into the Tottenham area. Oh, Vardy was lurking there. Dragushin heads it away. Bentancur with a second header. Sarr lobs the ball up in the air. Richarlison nods it to his left. Justin intercepts. Bentancur gets a touch. It nearly let Decordova-Reid in. Dragushin chips the ball away, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Leicester. We'll see what Leicester can do with this attack, and then we'll check in on the Chelsea-Arsenal game. I believe the full-time whistle has blown in the WSL. Here's Christensen. Leicester have taken their throw, trying to go on the outside against Porro. Porro blocks his path, and then Christensen just tumbles into the back of him, knocks him over. Free kick for Tottenham. So, Flo Pollock, full-time Chelsea-Arsenal.
Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. The only goal, a penalty won by Lauren James, converted by Guru Wrighton. Arsenal's Katie McCabe sent off for a second yellow. I think it was just sent after that. Looked a little controversial. Arsenal couldn't recover after that. Hard to see how anyone catches Chelsea now. They go 9 points clear at the top of the WSL. Big win for them, full-time. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0.
Yeah, still unbeaten, all wins, bar 1 draw for Chelsea's women, reigning supreme at the moment. Clearance from Kinski for Tottenham. Tottenham 0, Leicester 0 in the Premier League. Ayew lofts one into the Tottenham half. Well brought down by Porro. Forward here to Kulusevski. Clip of his heels by Christensen. Another free kick for Tottenham. Rob Green.
Yeah, it's been quiet so far, Kulusevski. And you can't blame him. So many games for Tottenham in Germany on Thursday night, and you dust yourself down, get back on the plane, you land on early hours of Friday morning, pick yourself up and go, where's the next game?
Yeah. The next crunch game that we have to win. to dig ourselves out of this horrible rut of form in the Premier League. The one win in the last 10, the big win against Southampton. But since the start of December, it's only Southampton who've lost more Premier League games, or conceded more Premier League goals than Tottenham Hotspur. Justin for Leicester. Floated ball down the right, perfect for Vardy to chase. Gets there ahead of Dragushin, gets his crossing, took a slight deflection off Dragushin's shin and just loops into the arms of Kinski. The one superb save we've seen so far in this game, the closest we came to the goal, was from Stolacic. That is well worth a watch, that save tonight on Match of the Day too.
Yeah.
Rob, that was brilliant, wasn't
Brilliant. When it was the best moment from the best player on the pitch in Son, and you're looking at him to say, can you provide something special? He did, and it was matched by the goalkeeper.
Mads Hermansen, the regular Leicester keeper, still out with injury at the moment, one of those missing for them. They've had Fatawu out for a long time as well, who's been a huge miss for Leicester this season. Davis's ball out to the left for Tottenham. Son, Justin breathing down his neck, forced back into his own half. Davis is available, sweeps the ball across to Dragushin, sees the option of Kulusevski, pass reaches him, Christensen is right there. He's forcing Kulusevski back again into the Tottenham half, and Tottenham go back to their centre-backs and come round from right to left, although Davis has it this time and goes back to his right. Dragushin side foots a pass to Porro. Porro across to Kulusevski, just inside the Tottenham half, then looking for the one through the middle. Flag stays down, Sarr chases it, Stolacic out to the edge of the box, hooks it away with his right foot, then the flag goes up offside.
I don't like them. I don't like them having to wait. The referee's assistant has to wait till the ball's gone. The keeper's coming out, he's going to clatter someone. You just think, oh, this is going to end horribly. And it's close, it's narrowly averted.
So free kick Leicester, 15 minutes to play in the first half. I cannot believe this game is going to end 0-0. I can't, Rob, I just can't.
Well, you're looking at it, Leicester actually, one or two moments where you think, oh, they're stretched. But other than that,
yeah.
The beauty of a 4-4-2 shape is everyone knows what they're doing and everyone's got accountability, and you're all there, and you've got a space, you've got a shape, and you know your job. And so far, they've done it.
Good flick on from Ayew. Plenty of contact on that. Vardy nips in behind. Wide on the right. Sees Ayew there. Another offside flag, this time against Leicester. Ayew had moved into the position. Tottenham had spotted him, caught him offside, and that will be a free kick for the home team. So half an hour played. No goals in the two o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League so far this afternoon. Full commentary on Crystal Palace against Brentford over on Sports Extra. This is Tottenham 0, Leicester 0, and we just had a shot there of a rather gloomy-looking James Maddison with a bright white beanie on top of his head. Is that we want Levy out, Rob, ringing around the stadium at the moment?
First voices of protest. It's half an hour in. Yep.
Here's Bergvall. Cross to Son. Gray makes the supporting run on the outside. Son takes his time. Back to Davis. Davis across to Dragushin, who's got his left hand bandaged up as he plays back to Davis here in his red boots. Bergvall crosses the halfway line, finds Gray on the left-hand side, switches infield to Bentancur. Bentancur strokes a pass to Dragushin. Kulusevski is available. Then Christensen closes the space down. Kulusevski, though, takes him infield, holds him off, looks for Richarlison with the slide rule pass, and there is actually a free kick given to Kulusevski for Christensen dragging him back.
Yeah, just holding him back, beat him inside, and had the space and the time to play the ball, and just got dragged back a fraction once he'd got that half a yard. Just a hand on the shoulder. Never really allowed him the freedom to play the ball, but Spurs have, other than that one shot, haven't created a lot. So you turn, okay, what's plan B? What have we got?
Free kick for Tottenham then. Let's see what they can do from the set piece. Porro gets ready to take it. It's about 45 yards out, inside right channel. Kulusevski has stayed wide right, and the Tottenham runners will start from the edge of the D, that Leicester penalty area away to our left. Porro's delivery is high, looping towards the far post. Stolacic comes a long way, punches it away. He's got to get back now. Son has it for Tottenham, just inside the area. Left-footed cross. Oh, it's hit the bar. Stolacic might have got a touch to that, I'm not sure. But Tottenham have struck the crossbar, still attacking on the right. Cross comes in, attacked by Davis, and Son was right behind him, and Davis might not have heard the call because Son puts his hands to his mouth there, thinks he may have had a great chance to score. Davis tried to get the header in, and it was just beyond him.
Yeah, two vital interceptions, and it was one from the goalkeeper. It's a brilliant save, another brilliant save, and is made even better because everybody, including him, thought Son was going to cross it. I think Son meant it as a cross, but he was drifting into that far top corner, and it's a brilliant touch.
14 minutes left in the first half. Tottenham 0, Leicester 0. Next break in play will take you back to Selhurst Park. Palace Brentford kicked off at 2. We got full commentary on Villa West Ham at 4:30 on 5 Live and BBC Sounds this afternoon, and that'll take us into 6:06. 7 o'clock tonight. Updates of Fulham Manchester United into the phone-in. Porro's headed to Kulusevski. Porro goes sprinting past Kulusevski. Instead he lays it off to Sarr. Sarr in a little pocket of space, 35 yards out on the right, wide to Porro. That looks like a decent cross. Richarlison heads it in. Fabulous delivery from Pedro Porro. Richarlison says thank you very much. 2 in 2 in the Premier League for him, and he celebrates by picking up a spare football, tucking it under the jersey, sticking his thumb in the mouth. He's got Tottenham in front. That's the crucial thing. Tottenham 1, Leicester 0.
Well, the pressure's been mounting, and Tottenham slowly getting a hold of this game. And all of a sudden, you're getting an overload down the right-hand side, and it's a wonderful cross. It's a brilliant cross. And the Leicester line has dealt with everything, but this ball in behind them, there's nothing they can do. Richarlison gets a yard on Wout Faes, and then from there, he can't miss. It's a good header, but the cross is brilliant.
Yeah, similar to last week against Everton when he popped up at the far post and got on the end of a fabulous curling cross that time. Porro's picked him out, and he's just got to make sure he guides it on target from close range. Richarlison starting the game, scoring the goal, gets Tottenham in front. So let's see how Leicester respond. 12 minutes left in the first half. Stolarczyk with his right foot, long ball downfield. Sarr's header drops to the feet of Son. Oh, magic feet from Son. Away he goes down the left. Faes stops him. Tottenham throw.
Oh, big 10 minutes for Leicester. They've gone behind again. They've shown a lack of response in previous games. They need to see this through to half-time.
Tottenham 1, Leicester 0. That's the voice of Rob Green. Let's get the voice of Aaron Paul into the action as well. He's watching Palace Brentford at Selhurst Park.
Still goalless here, but fabulous chance for Crystal Palace. Ibira Eze found on the edge of the box by Tyreek Mitchell. Eze just trying to craft it on his right foot, curl it into the far corner. Safe hands from Mark Flecken. But then just moments ago, we've seen Palace break down the middle of the pitch. Michael Elise, lightning quick, fed it down the left to Eze. He was brought down in the box. Palace fans claiming for a penalty. Nothing given by the referee. It remains Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Commentary on Sports Extra. Justin on the ball for Leicester inside the Tottenham area, and the shot's gone just wide of the right-hand post. Took a deflection on the way through, so that will be a Leicester corner. They worked that well.
Yeah, it's a huge chance, and he's really clever from Harry Winks because he sets up to cross it from deep, and James Justin's made a run inside. He goes, actually, I'm just going to slide it down there. Catches out the whole of the defence, and it's a flick off the heel. It's going in the corner. That's a massive chance.
James Justin has scored some goals this season for Leicester as well. Couple against Arsenal in the Premier League in a 4-2 defeat. A couple against QPR in the FA Cup in a 6-2 win. And now Leicester have a corner. Heading at the moment for an 8th consecutive Premier League defeat. Faes wrestling at the far post with Ben Davies. Ayew's corner into the near post, and Richarlison heads it away right in front of his goalkeeper and behind for another corner.
Well, you'd rather him do that than leave it and cause indecision, and between them, it's away. Deal with the next one. Richarlison's saying, well, call a bit earlier. It's quite hard when the ball's travelling about 60 miles an hour towards you to get your call in time.
Yannick Vestergaard's just gone to make some protestations to the referee about the close attentions of Dragushin. The two of those barging into each other at the moment. Another one comes into the near post, aimed at Vestergaard, just over him, punched away by Kinski. Back here with the former Tottenham man, Winks. High swinging cross to the far post. Justin stretches, got a foot on that. Can Tottenham find something on the counter? Kulusevski receives the ball. Back to goal inside his own half. Finds Porro. Porro's ball forward, blocked, and out it goes for a throw into Tottenham. They lead Leicester 1-0, and we've got 9 minutes remaining in this first period.
Had an overload at the far post there, Spurs, and Leicester, and just needed a better cross from Harry Winks. It was overhit. You just think they had 3 of them lining up at the far post there, including Vestergaard, one of the bigger players.
Tottenham lose it from the throw. Here's Decordova-Reid to Samare, surrounded by a clutch of white shirts, busying themselves to try and win the ball back. Winks receives it for Leicester, turns away from trouble inside the centre circle. Pinpoint pass to Samare, cross to Winks again, finds space. Justin's got room to work with on the right-hand side. Collects the pass, little flick infield, back to Winks. Winks, high, spinning cross. Decordova-Reid tries to chest that down. Porro leans in and nods the ball away. Decordova-Reid plays it back to Christensen. Thought about the cross instead. Low ball back to Vestergaard. Wise it goes to Christensen again, and Christensen on the dribble brings the ball in field. Tottenham holding Leicester at arm's length, leading them by a goal to nil. And here's Fass with the diagonal. Left to right, Decordova-Reid then sees Christensen. Sliding challenge on him is a good one by Bentancur. Tottenham fans love that, as you could probably hear. Kulusevski back to Porro. Tottenham have given it away. Here come Leicester. El Khanous, edge of the area. Big deflection on the shot, loops over the bar, hits the roof of the net and goes behind for another Leicester corner.
Now, really good response this by Leicester to the goal. It's really poor again from Spurs in their own half. Just sloppy on the ball, and they're just not expecting any players, Leicester players, to respond to losing to the ball. And the amount of small-sided games and tight games that you do in training, it's all about that retention of seconds retention of the ball for 3-4 seconds, and Spurs just not doing it right now.
Driving the manager crazy down below us, but they lead 1-0. Someone's flat on their back. That's Bentancur, flat on his back on the goal line inside the Tottenham area. Again, push and shove this time with Sumare. And Bentancur, I think it was helped to his feet by the referee there, who's come out to have a word with both players. Let's have a look on the replay here, Rob. The usual thing.
Oh, it's time and again now. Every game, it's a hand on you and you fall over. And
yeah.
You're allowed to stand in a space. You're allowed to fight for that space. It's a physical contact sport.
Still going at it, those two on the goal line. And it's not helping Kinski either, the goalkeeper. He's trying to get in a good starting position here, all in bright yellow. Leicester corner. Ayew with his right foot to the far post, this time headed over the bar by Fass, jumping with two Tottenham defenders. But it's well over the crossbar and behind for the goal kick. And now, Tottenham player down, holding his head. So we're going to have to stop the game for a second.
It's just that far post cross which Arsenal benefited from in the North London derby, and Kinski got squared up in that and couldn't backtrack to make the interception which he needed to do. It was the same again there. It was well choreographed by Leicester. They just didn't quite execute it properly, but they went a goal down 5-6 minutes ago, and you're thinking, gosh, are they going to be rocking? Are they going to go over? Are they going to crumble? They haven't.
No. Lucas Bergvall, the player to take a knock to the head. He's been assessed and he's okay. Applause from the Tottenham fans as he walks back into his position in midfield. I think he actually got a touch on the ball as well, and then Fass sort of makes contact with his head as he headed the ball over the bar. Leicester here 1-0 down. Could possibly today equal an unwanted club record of 8 straight league defeats, which happened to them back in 2001. I remember that. It was straight off the back of the FA Cup quarter-final defeat, the Roy Essendon goal to Wickham, and under Peter Taylor it was 8 successive defeats in the league after that. They're on 7 at the moment. They're 1-0 down here. They're sitting in the bottom 3, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has got to try and find something, try and coax something out of this Leicester team. There's Bergvall to Bentancur, laid off to Gray, crosses the halfway line, forward to Son, little back heel into the shins of Justin. That'll be a throw-in for Tottenham.
Was that the season they got relegated and then came back straight back up again? Went into administration and came back up again, and all the financial regulations came in. I think that was the spark of financial fair play, or whatever we call it now, is all thanks to Leicester.
I wish I delved into my research a little bit deeper, because I didn't know, Rob, you were going to quiz me further on my stats. Richarlison caught from behind by Fass, but what I'm going to do now is bring up the Premier League table from 2000-2001, and let's see where Leicester finished. Not that season, no, they finished 13th. What about the following season? This is exciting, isn't it? Free kick for Tottenham. They're leading Leicester by a goal to nil. Yes, bottom of the league, 2002, the following season. Correct. Very good from Rob Green. He goes to the top of the class. Still Palace nil, Brentford nil in the Premier League. Tottenham 1, Leicester nil here. Son Back to Gray, tight spaces on the left, Justin blocks, that falls to El Canouse, Blue Sox rolled down, running away from Tottenham defenders, little back heel, Ayew just slipped as he tried to get onto that, Sarr is there for Tottenham, short ball to Son, they nearly gave it away, Sarr again, sliding challenge by Ayew, definitely got the man, not the ball, and that is a free kick for Tottenham. Did Son feel he had an advantage that could have been played there, or was he fouled as well?
Yeah, immediately Rob Jones apologises, saying, oh, I've got to stop the game. Well, you haven't got to stop the game, and also, if he's sliding and he's late and he takes out the opponent, it's another clear yellow card. I'm not sure what someone's got to do to get booked here, but there's a couple that he's let go.
Tottenham, ball from deep for Porro to chase, and Porro's going to get there first, in space, on the right. Oh, drives in the shot, very tight angle, hits the side netting. That was ambitious, to say the least, but why not? Didn't see a teammate in the middle, thought he'd go for something special. Cafu used to score goals like that, didn't he?
Pedro Porro is not Cafu. Something else we've learned today. But it's you're right. He was the only player in the penalty area. It was from an impossible angle, and he proved it.
So Peter Taylor was the manager of that Leicester team when they went on that run of defeats. Lost his job early on in the 2001-2 season, replaced by Dave Bassett, who was then replaced by Mickey Adams before the end of the season. If you're having 3 different managers in a Premier League season, you know you're in trouble. Leicester have already had 2 this season. They're trailing Tottenham 1-0. Kinski on the ball, edge of his own 6-yard box. Dragusin, oh, Vardy wanted that, saw an opportunity, comes sliding in, wins the ball, knocks it behind for a goal kick, but saw a chance just to, I'm not going to say leave one on him, but make a hefty challenge. In fact, is it free kick or goal kick? No, it's goal kick. It's goal kick.
It was a good tackle, and he enjoyed it. Dragusin did not enjoy it.
Thank you very much, keeper, for putting me in that spot. Here's Kinski. He wears number 31 for Tottenham. Dragusin drives the ball from deep, but only finds Justin inside his own half. Justin back to his keeper, Stolarczyk. Richarlison with the only goal of the game so far. We're closing in on half-time on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Big double-header, by the way, in the NFL tonight. If you love your NFL, both games on Sports Extra this evening. Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. These are the divisional championship games, playing for a place in the Super Bowl. That kicks off at 8. And then the Buffalo Bills at the Chiefs. Back pass here, nearly too short. Stolarczyk gets there just before Richarlison. Sliding clearance with his right foot. Vardy leaps well, nods it down. Davis there first for Tottenham. Here's Bentancur dribbling on the halfway line. El Canouse gets a foot in. Bentancur gets it back to Porro. Rob.
Yeah, there's your Vestergaard moment, Leicester fans. That was the moment I think they've been fearing, that he seemingly won a game, or there's a moment in the game where you're thinking, out this back line, I'm not sure I can entirely trust all of them, and that was close.
Ben Davis gets it from Kinski, just outside his area on the left. Launches it forward. Son trying to get underneath it, wrestling with Justin. The ball beats both of them and goes out for a throw-in to Leicester in their right-back position. Let's check in at Selhurst Park. Aaron Paul.
Half-time here, Palace 0, Brentford 0. If it's quality you're looking for, this is certainly not the place to come. Very, very scrappy. Both teams blunt in front of goal. Heads down, everyone trudging back to the dressing room in woeful conditions in South London. Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Where do we go for quality then? That is the question. Here's Bergvall. Bergvall to Kulusevski. Porro. Back to Kulusevski again. Just 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half. Richarlison's goal separating the 2 teams. The cross was quality for the goal, Rob. That's what we'll say from Porro, won't we?
It was the moment of the game. Yeah, it was the real moment of the game, and you've got tens of thousands of people here. But despite the protests we heard previously, and certainly that was the moment they turned up for.
Davis plays back to Kinski. They'll be back here on Thursday night. Tottenham in Europa League action, looking to seal a place in the top 8 to go straight through to the last 16. They're at home against Elfsborg. Here's Davis. Davis is chip ball down the middle. Kulusevski can't control that. Winks is there first. Good tackle made by Bergvall. Now the referee has said that's a foul. That's going to be a free kick for Leicester.
Well, he made the foul.
Who, the
referee? Yeah, he's blocked off Samari.
Well spotted.
He didn't actually make a play on the ball. It didn't hit him, but he felt it was enough for him. He's not booked himself, which I think he should have done.
Fans would love that, actually, Rob, if he did that, if he showed the humour to do that. Drop ball, thumped forward by Stolarczyk, who's saying, why are you wasting my time there, ref? I've come up to clear that downfield. I'm now going to go all the way back to my goal, pick up my bits and pieces, and then head back to the tunnel. Tottenham leading Leicester by 1-0. In terms of the relegation battle, that only deepens Leicester's woes. Tottenham 8 points clear of the bottom three at the start of the game. Neither team, Rob, here have been brilliant. Stolarczyk made the one fabulous save from Son, and as we said, the Porro cross perfect for the Richarlison header.
Yeah, it was a fantastic goal, and it was the one real moment of quality, but Spurs started slowly and a little sloppy, and you're thinking, well, they're in Germany on Thursday night, you can't excuse them, the rustiness. Leicester, that was the best moment. That was their moment, the first 10 minutes of the game. Go score. They're such short confidence. They haven't really shown it in front of goal. They look like a team who haven't scored in a while.
Yeah, they haven't. They are heading for an 8th consecutive league defeat under Ruud van Nistelrooy. At half-time, it's the home team who lead. Tottenham 1, Leicester 0.
Thank you very much, both. Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 0, the other half-time score in the Premier League. Remember, you'll be able to listen to second-half commentary of that on 5 Sports Extra. Aston Villa versus West Ham in full here on 5 Live Premier League Sunday at 4:30. So we'll make our first trip to Villa Park shortly. We'll get reaction to Chelsea 1, Arsenal 0. Full-time score in the Women's Super League. Palace 0, Tottenham 2 is a half-time score. We'll also look ahead to Sale versus Bath in the Gallagher Premiership and get reaction to Yannick Sinner's victory in the final of the Australian Open Tennis. We'll do all of that after the news with Richard Foster.
The voice of the UK.
Says employment laws should be more flexible to boost growth.
Europe has stagnated, America has grown. Why? Flexible labour market, right? I bought a business in Palo Alto 20 years ago for YouGov, and we became a unicorn because actually having a flexible labour market where you can right-size a business is a nightmare in the UK. Legislation around employment has to be thought through very carefully before it begins to damage growth.
All this follows comments from the Chancellor Rachel Reeves. She's hinted she'll support a third runway at Heathrow Airport and has promised to go further and faster to improve the economy. Rachel Reeves also says it's unacceptable that the man who stabbed 3 girls to death in Southport was able to easily access extreme material on social media. The government's urged tech firms to remove extreme content. A teenager whose car was hit by a falling tree during Storm Eowyn has died of his injuries. The accident happened as the 19-year-old was driving in East Ayrshire early on Friday morning. President Trump thinks that Egypt and Jordan should house Palestinians from Gaza while the Strip is cleaned out. He says the war there has left the area like a demolition site. Gershon Baskin from the International Communities Organization says the president's claims are destabilizing.
This is a very dangerous statement for Trump to be making, and even uttering the statement itself can shake the regimes in Egypt and Jordan, because at the root of this is the Palestinian issue, and what many Arabs interpret Trump's statement as being is ethnic cleansing of the Gaza Strip.
A man's been charged with the murder of a university lecturer in Plymouth. Paul Butler will appear in court in the city tomorrow. Claire Chick, who was 48, died in hospital early on Thursday after the police found her seriously injured. And the southwest of England has seen winds of 80 miles an hour as Storm Hermine passes over the UK. Various yellow weather warnings for wind and rain are currently in place across Northern Ireland and Wales and much of England.
Here we are on BBC iPlayer.
Welcome back to the round table. I'm about to kiss a girl that I have never met.
Drag's the best, isn't it? These aren't reality shows.
What is going on?
They're fuel for the group chat.
Wow. And I'm there for it. I love the drama.
We all relate in some way or another.
RuPaul's Drag Race UK, The Traitors, I Kissed a Girl, and loads more.
Take it all in.
Whoever you are, wherever you stream, BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sport
with Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
So it's Spurs 1, Leicester 0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Second half commentary to come here on 5 Live, and Palace 0, Brentford 0. You'll be able to get that on 5 Sports Extra when it gets back underway. In Rugby Union's Premiership, leaders Bath are away to Sale Sharks. Adam Whitty is watching.
This is a game that could have significant implications for the playoff race, Steve. And Sale fans in particular will feel that England call-ups could skewer a chance to jump from 7th to 3rd. The Sharks unbeaten at home in over a year, but have 7 players, including their entire first-choice front row, away at Steve Borthwick's pre-Six Nations camp, the most of any Premiership team, missing the likes of the Curry brothers and Luke Cowan-Dickey. Bath, meanwhile, despite being top of the tree and set fair for a semi-final, have got just 4 England players missing and keep their star 10, Finn Russell. Some might say that's unfair. They could go 14 points clear of fifth with 14 points clear of fifth with a fourth win on the bounce against the Sharks. And if results go their way, if Bristol get nothing from their home game at Newcastle, they could be 11 points clear by the end of the day.
That one underway at 3 o'clock, as is the other game in the Premiership today, which is Bristol Bears against Newcastle Falcons. Tennis, world number 1 Yannick Sinner's won the Australian Open for the second year running. It was a straight sets victory over Alexander Zverev. Correspondent Russell Fuller, Grand Slam winner Pat Cash and Gigi Salmon watched the action unfold at the Rod Laver Arena.
It is quite incredible, Pat, isn't it? He's just 23 years of age and he's already achieved so much.
It's not so much what he's achieved; it's how good he is.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate enough to have two very complete players in Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner, almost come from nowhere in the last few years to be just such complete players. And tonight's match wasn't the greatest match of all time. I don't think either player really hit their straps, certainly not Zverev. So, that just shows how far ahead he is of the number 2 player in the world is Zverev, who, to be honest, just had a bit of a shocking day.
And Russell, not to put a downer on it, but it's equally incredible what he's achieving with everything that he still has going on off the court.
Yes, he seems unaffected by what's been happening over the last 9 to 10 months with his positive test in March of last year for a banned substance. He was found guilty of that, or admitted the charge, but an independent tribunal decided that he would not serve any time away from the tour because they accepted his explanation of how the drug got into his system and decided there was no fault or negligence attached to him. Very briefly, what happened is that it was a spray for a finger cut that his physio had, which contained this bad substance. He put it on his finger. He gave Sinner a massage without using gloves, and it got into Sinner's system. The sting in the tail for him is that the World Anti-Doping Agency have challenged that decision by an independent tribunal, and they said, look, we're not questioning the argument and the explanation, but we think there is some negligence on his part. And on April the 16th and April the 17th, the Court of Arbitration for Sport will decide whether they agree with the World Anti-Doping Agency, who are asking for a ban of between 12 and 24 months. And even if we were banned for 6 months, and that was announced in early May, it would rule him out of the French Open, Wimbledon, the US Open, and in fact the rest of the season.
So important for him with this win. He's nearly 4,000 points clear, Pat, of Sasha Zverev in second place. And it was quite disheartening listening to Sasha Zverev after he lost the final, saying, I'm just not good enough.
I think unfortunately it's been shown to be the case. He's obviously extremely disappointed with that performance. His other 2 performances in Grand Slam finals were 5 sets. There were some reasons why he didn't quite get over the line, but this one was just a poor performance, and that really chews you up. And I've lost 2 finals here. I've lived the rest of my life knowing that, I played really well. I played pretty well, but I lost. I can hold my head up. That is some consolation for me. But if I was saying, I just played an absolute shocker and I don't know what went wrong, that's disheartening. It's confusing. The team will be, not sure where to go.
Yannick Sinner leaves Australia and Melbourne on a 21-match winning streak, knowing that he's won 37 of his last 38 matches, and he's already got his first title of 2025.
Gigi Salmon, Pat Cash and Russell Fuller with their thoughts on Yannick Sinner's win over Alexander Zverev in the final of the Australian Open. And add on to that, which is quite long, but it's really important to explain all of the details. So Zverev's runners-up speech was interrupted by a heckler on Rod Laver Arena. As he stepped up to speak, someone in the crowd shouted, "Australia believes Olya and Brenda," which is a reference to 2 allegations of domestic abuse that were levied against him regarding 2 of his former partners, Olya Sharapova and Brenda Petea. Sharapova accused him of emotional abuse and violence in 2020. It didn't go to court. The allegations were denied by Zverev. Allegations by Brenda Petea ended with Zverev facing a public trial in Berlin last year. The court didn't deliver a verdict as Petea expressed her wish to end the trial. The court told the BBC there had been a settlement between the 2, and again, Zverev denied the accusation. He has since responded to the incident in his press conference, saying, I believe there are no more accusations. There haven't been for 9 months now. Good for her, as in the heckler. I think she was the only one in the stadium who believed anything in that moment. I think I've done everything I can. I'm not about to open that subject again. That's Alexander Zverev responding to the heckling. In the WSL, Chelsea extended their lead at the top of the table with a 1-0 victory over Arsenal. Captain Millie Bright was player of the match.
It was intense. I think it was everything that you expect from a derby, especially I think two teams that are very much in form in the season so far. But yeah, I think from our point of view, happy to get the win, happy to get a clean sheet, but we want more. Ruthless in their box.
For now at least, you're 9 points clear at the top of the table. Is there any stopping this chance?
On us, keep climbing at the top and extending our lead, and yeah, we've done that again today, and you know, we just want that monster mentality from the start.
Looking forward to linking up with her.
Yeah, can't wait. She's an unbelievable person and a fantastic player, and I think we're really lucky to have her, and I think we're really grateful that she chose us. I think it also sends a statement to the rest of the league and Europe about the direction that we're going in and the titles that we want to win. So yeah, she's going to be a fantastic addition, and we can't wait to get started with her.
That's Chelsea's Millie Bright speaking to Joe Curry. The other score in the WSL is a half-time score. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham 2. And in the Scottish Premiership, it's already finished today. Dundee United 1, Rangers 3. We'll be back at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Selhurst Park shortly for second half commentary. Then at 4:30, we'll be taking you to Villa Park. Aston Villa versus West Ham United with correspondent John Murray and Stephen Warnock. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, Steve. How are you?
Good, thank you. Big mentality questions, John, for the Aston Villa players today.
Yes, there's going to be a mentality question for me and Stephen as well, because the weather conditions here could be described as they do on the railway platforms up and down the country as inclement. It's blowing. The rain is blowing into our faces, and it's a real winter January afternoon. But on the mentality. As regards the people who are going to be on the pitch this afternoon, I think
the important people, yeah.
Exactly so. I'm pleased you've recognised that. Unai Emery, the Aston Villa manager, gets straight to the point in his column in the programme, and he says, first paragraph: "There's always a risk that someone can think that a Premier League match between two Champions League matches can be approached with less intensity or desire. Nothing can be further from our mentality." That to me tells me that he's concerned that this match falls between Monaco and Celtic for Villa.
Definitely. Stephen, do you think the conditions are going to have an impact as you sit there looking out at the pitch?
No, not necessarily. They train in it every day. They play in these conditions all the time. It's not too bad. It's just wet. It's just horrible. A little bit cold. I think the only thing is that you've just got to make sure that you've got the right footwear on, simple things like that, but they can often be overlooked because you can use a certain type of footwear in most games that you feel comfortable with, but you've got to make sure of that. And then obviously the speed in which the ball's going to move, you're going to have to adjust to that and adapt to that. But I don't think it'll have a massive effect, Steve. It's more though the situation with the goalkeepers, what's their handling like, if forwards following it, defenders following it in. That's the side of it that gets interesting. But it's just starting to pick up a little bit of wind actually as we speak.
Not as bad as the top of the Empire State Building. What have you made of Graham Potter's West Ham so far?
I think it's very, very early days to talk about that. I think when you're trying to assess a team, you've got to give a manager a little bit of time. I think you can see what he's trying to do. I think my biggest thing with Graham Potter is the ideas and the different formations he asks the players to try and implement on the pitch. Is it too much information at times? Can there be an overload of information? I think when you're a team that is struggling and you're not perhaps playing as well, you want to strip it back and you want to take it to basics as much as you can. But then the new ideas might breathe new life into the players, so it'll be a big challenge for them today, because when they came here in the FA Cup, everything looked rosy within the first half of that game, and then it sort of fell apart a little bit with injuries and the way that they played in the second half. And then we've seen a bit of an indifferent couple of games from them.
Thank you very much, both. So we'll be there for Aston Villa versus West Ham in full. Palace Brentford 0-0, getting back underway on 5 Sports Extra. And that's the start of the second half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Ali.
Tottenham leading Leicester by 1-0. Tottenham looking for a first win in 7 Premier League games. Leicester at the moment facing an unpalatable 8th consecutive Premier League defeat. Tottenham are in the white shirts with the dark blue trim. They're playing from left to right in this second half. Their goalkeeper is all in yellow. He's the 21-year-old Czech Antonin Kinski. He plays it out to Dragushin. Porro touches one round the corner to Sarr. Sarr is followed in midfield here by Vestergaard. The ball stays in play. Christensen intercepts the pass for Leicester. Looked like he'd overrun that, then Winks manages to release it to Jordan Ayew. Loads and loads of empty seats around the ground at the moment. It does take a while to stand in the queues, get your refreshments, get back for the start of the second half. Rob Green sitting alongside me here. We're almost a minute into this second half, and blimey, Bentancur went flying in on Christensen there. Referees let the game continue. Here's Decordova-Reid's cross. Oh, and it finds Vardy. He bundles it home from a yard out, and Leicester have equalised right at the start of the second half. The referee, Rob Jones, did really well to play the advantage there, and Leicester have made the most of it. Jamie Vardy is delighted, had 2 or 3 goes at that, but eventually whacked it over the line. Leicester back level, Tottenham 1, Leicester 1.
Within a minute of the restart, Tottenham have been sleeping. The fans haven't returned, the team haven't returned. They just work it down the left, and it's Decordova-Reid. It's a really good ball between the defence and the goalkeeper. They both go for it. Both the defenders and Kinski in goal. No one gets there. Vardy gets something on it, gets another stab at it, doesn't quite get enough on it, gets another stab at it, and it's eventually bundled in off the knee, off the shin, off anything. Yeah. He doesn't care. Leicester don't care. What a response.
First goal in 7 Premier League games for Jamie Vardy. We were talking about his importance to the Leicester cause before kick-off, as it has always been. His 13th season at the club. He scored his 143rd Premier League goal there. Currently 15th on the all-time list. Now just 1 behind Robin van Persie, 3 behind Teddy Sheringham, 6 behind Les Ferdinand. But most importantly for Leicester, a rare goal, and back in this game against Tottenham. And Ange Postecoglou will be absolutely livid, Rob, won't he?
Well, it's basic, wasn't it? And they just stopped. They thought the ball had gone off. They didn't really win it back. The game sort of paused, and Tottenham paused, and they were poor for the first 10-15 minutes of the half, weren't they? And they've come out again, and it feels like they need the smelling salts or something once they get out here just to wake up and get going, because they've not really started at all.
You wonder if some of these Tottenham fans making their way back to their seats at the moment even know. Well, actually, if you look up, there's 4 massive screens inside this stadium that tell you very clearly that Leicester have equalised in this game. So I'll stop that sentence right there. I'll give you the 2 team lineups in just a second. Palace Brentford second half is underway. Full commentary over on Sports Extra. And Aston Villa West Ham to come here on 5 Live. Kicks off at 4:30. Bergvall under pressure, knocks the ball back into his own half. He was pushed in the back though. Free kick to Tottenham. Kinski in goal. Porro, Dragushin, Davis and Gray. I mean, it's almost the only starting 11 in terms of experienced players that Ange Postecoglou can go with at the moment. Bergvall, Bentancur and Sarr as the midfield 3. Kulusevski and Son either side of the goal scorer Richarlison. Ben Davies miscontrols. El Khanous comes sliding in on him. Tottenham have lost it inside their own half. Gray volleys it away. Bergvall lays it off to Son. Here come Tottenham down the left. Bergvall is chased by Ayew. Stops in his tracks. Cuts back onto his right foot. I don't think that's where he meant that pass to go. Ends up on the head of Dragushin, who heads it to his right to Porro. Porro down the right to Kulusevski, who has been one of Tottenham's standout performers in what's been a really difficult season for them. Porro's given the ball away. Didn't help Bentancur there at all. Leicester suddenly believe here. El Khanous, ball at his feet, running at Tottenham defenders. Shoots! Oh, and he's found the bottom corner. Leicester have scored 2 in 4 minutes at the start of the second half. What a turnaround. Tottenham fans shaking their heads all around us. They're in trouble at the moment. It's Tottenham 1, Leicester 2.
1 becomes 2. Leicester in dreamland. You're thinking they went in at half-time going, well, we have no idea where these goals are coming from. 5 minutes later, they cannot miss. It's a brilliant finish. It's from the same position where Son hit his shot in the first half. This one finds the bottom corner. And Leicester just break away, and all of a sudden, it's 3v2 in the middle of the pitch. And he gets the time, he gets the space from the edge of the D, and it's a perfect finish into the corner. Leicester cannot believe it, and Spurs, well, they're just stunned.
Skies darkening above us, mood darkening at Tottenham. One win in the last 10 Premier League games, leading 1-0 at half-time. They've conceded twice right at the start of this second half. El Khanous, good finish with his right foot, had to get that in the bottom corner to keep it away from Kinski. Vardy and El Khanous have Leicester in front, and let's not forget, Rob, if Leicester win this game, they're out of the bottom three. This is massive for Leicester.
No, it's huge, and you can hear the team talk almost at half-time. You know what, we're losing, but we have been the better team at times.
Tottenham have lost their heads here. From the kickoff, they've given the ball straight back to Leicester. El Khanous plays to the right to Jordan Ayew. Leicester fans cannot believe their luck. The celebrations, particularly when the second goal went in, going absolutely berserk. Leicester attacking that goal away to our left, and those Leicester fans, that's the end of the stadium they're at, and that is further chance of "we want Levy out" from the Tottenham fans. Real dissatisfaction, as you'd expect, inside this magnificent stadium. The team well short of magnificent at the moment. So, Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Start of the second half. Gray plays to Ben Davis. Leicester have really got the bit between their teeth now. Davis's clearance only reaches Winks. Winks finds Decordova-Reid. Lays it off to Soumaré, who fancies a hit from long range. Miles over the bar and behind for a goal kick. But look at the encouragement it's given Leicester, Rob.
The body language, the change in the body language of everybody is astonishing. Spurs can't get out. They can't get out. They're looking at each other. The players are miles away from each other when they win the ball. And the responses, I was going to say, the rest of the team talk at half-time, just ask the question of Spurs. Just ask the question. Because when they concede, they crumble. And it's not just the team. You hear the fans now. It's waiting to implode.
Ange Postecoglou's face, we just had a close-up, tells the story. Livid, fuming. The ball here with Kulusevski, chests it down inside his own half. Tottenham now behind. Dozy at the start of the second half. And Leicester have pounced here and got themselves 2-1 in front. Here's Porro. Porro plays back to Dragushin. Leicester have Stolarczyk in goal. Justin Fass, Vestergaard and Christensen is the back four. Winks and Soumaré, the two midfielders in front of them. Ayew, El Khanous, Decordova-Reid, and then Jamie Vardy through the middle. And what a win this could potentially be for them, ahead of a trip to Everton next week in the Premier League as well. If Leicester win, they'll be on 17 points. They will move above Ipswich and Wolves. Here's Soumaré, forward to El Khanous. Controlled it and turned in the same movement. Finds Ayew in space on the right. Vardy's not sprinting yet. He doesn't need to. He's waiting for his moment here. Waiting for this cross. Here it comes. Vardy on the volley, blocked by Dragushin, who did well for Tottenham to get his body in the way. Kulusevski back there doing some defending. Into the feet of Porro. Tottenham have given it away again. Dragushin saves them again. Plays the ball out to Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Panic stations for Tottenham at the moment. Kulusevski's step over. 3 defenders around him. Fast slides in. Leicester are fired up. Tottenham are struggling. They're getting ready to make a double change.
Yeah, there's no energy out there. They're flatlining. There is nothing from Spurs. There's no response. There's no signs of life at all.
Richarlison's coming off. That's got to be a fitness thing. The Tottenham fans can boo that all they like. Richarlison's on his way back from injury. Obviously, Ange Postecoglou would love to have him out there, but he really feels he can't keep him there any longer. Mikey Moore comes on. Really exciting young talent for Tottenham. But what a situation to come into here. Tottenham have thrown the lead away, and Reguilon has come on, I think, for Pap Sarr was the change there. So change in system potentially for Tottenham as well, but you can feel sort of tension and fear gripping the place at the moment, Rob. I was saying at the start of the game, Tottenham fans will have come here thinking, look at the run Leicester on. We can't lose to this lot, can we? Surely we can't lose to this lot. Surely our season cannot get even worse in the Premier League, but it's the way it's going on at the moment. What's going on at Selhurst Park at the moment, Aaron Paul?
Much of the same, really, Ali. Palace 0, Brentford 0. Both teams really just trying to land a crucial blow as Abireze tries to jink past a Brentford defender and is brought down. Johan Visa has curled a shot straight into the arms of Dean Henderson at the other end. This side of things, Jefferson Lerma just touching the palms of Mark Fleck and didn't even sting him. Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Stolarczyk clears with his right foot for Leicester, straight out of play. Just talk to me about the Tottenham reshuffle then, Rob. What have they done here?
So Archie Gray has moved into midfield. Reguilon's gone to left back. Mikey Moore's out on the left wing. Son into centre forward. I think just signs of life. They just needed a response there. And if I know he got the boos there, Ange Postecoglou, he kind of hand his force with the fitness of the players, but also is enough. You've seen enough of this second half to know that there's nothing out there to suggest that they're going to show any signs of life.
This defeat could spell, I know it's stating the obvious, real trouble for Ange Postecoglou. It would be 1 win in 11 Premier League games. It would be 1 point from the last 7 if they lose this game. They're 1-0 up on Liverpool, of course, with the second leg of a League Cup semi-final to come. Still in the FA Cup, 4th round tie away to Aston Villa. In the top 8 at the moment in that Europa League table. So in the cup competitions, but in the league it's been woeful. But here they come. Son finds the 17-year-old Mikey Moore. Some young hope for Tottenham, bringing the ball infield from the left. Cross blocked by Justin. Moore stabs a pass to Reguilon, tries to get another cross in. Ayew gets his foot on this one. It's behind for a Tottenham corner. They have got to find something here, Tottenham, at home in front of their fans, to prevent it becoming another dismal, desperate afternoon for Ange Postecoglou. Waiting to take the corner. Away to our right. Son, the skipper, will take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white Tottenham shirts around the 6-yard box. Here it comes in towards the near post. Vestergaard, the tallest, leaps, heads it away. Moore chases the ball back, passes to Archie Gray. Gray turns halfway line, back to his goalkeeper Kinski. Kinski's closed down by El Canouse, very careful with his pass. Space to find there. Reguilon has the ball. Quickly back to Selhurst Park, Aaron Paul.
Palace have just hit the post. Eze's free kick, right-footed, deflected off Sepp van der Berg. It trickled towards goal, hit the foot of the post and bounced away. Brentford survived. Palace 0, Brentford 0.
Reguilon fouled by Ayew here for Leicester. Referee Rob Jones gives it another blast on the whistle, goes to have a word with him. Not had a yellow card in the game as yet. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. A remarkable turnaround at the start of this second half. But actually, Tottenham fans, Rob, will say we've seen this before.
Well, I came as a fan to the incredible game that was Spurs-Chelsea earlier on, and they went 3-0 up.
Yeah.
And Chelsea pulled one back, and there was resignation.
Great ball from Kinski down the middle of the field. Kulusevski is onto it, into the area, shoots, half blocks. Stolarczyk gets fingers on it. Justin's there, clears it with his left foot, but only as far as Kulusevski on the right. Porro gives him a shout. Kulusevski leaves it to him. Back to Kulusevski. A little bit of dribbling from him on the edge of the box. Mover slightly lost momentum here. Porro trying to make space on the right for a cross. Low ball into the near post. Moore had an effort at that. Kulusevski shoots. That's blocked. Ball goes straight up in the air. Then the offside flag goes up. And Leicester will have a chance to clear. I think we've got a very entertaining half hour on the way. But if you're a Tottenham fan and a Leicester fan, probably less so.
Well, both teams are looking vulnerable as well. Suddenly, Spurs have woken up a bit with those substitutions. Kulusevski, for the first time today, really showing signs of life himself and driving through the middle. Unfortunately for him and Tottenham, it was on his right foot. Feeling if it was on his left, he would have made a better fist of it. By hook or by crook, Leicester managed to get it away.
Well, we were talking about Leicester heading for an 8th consecutive league defeat. It's now Tottenham looking at 4 Premier League defeats in a row. For the second time under Ange Postecoglou. It happened at the end of last season as well. Different circumstances, losing to Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea and Liverpool towards the end of last season. But this is a Leicester team, don't forget, who'd only scored 2 goals in those last 7 league defeats and conceded 18 along the way as well. Now they lead Tottenham by 2-1. They've got something to hang on to. Porro ready to take a throw here for Tottenham. Palace-Brentford commentary continues over on Sports Extra. And we've got full commentary from Villa Park to follow on 5 Live and BBC Sounds at 4:30. Aston Villa against West Ham. Fulham Manchester United kicks off at 7 o'clock this evening. Updates of that into 6:06. Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage will be taking your calls. Got a message from Chris at half-time to remind me that he brought Richarlison into the fantasy team this week, which is a rogue move, but Richarlison has scored, and Chris occasionally comes up with the magic on the fantasy football front. Tottenham need to find some magic. Here's Bergvall dribbling down the right. Soumare blocks his path. Back to Porro. Bentancur's under pressure in midfield. Finds Porro again. Porro walking with the ball at his feet, looking for runners. Drives it through the middle towards Son. Son, off balance, falls backwards as he controlled the ball. That's been given as a free kick against James Justin, Rob Green. What do you make of that?
It wasn't. It wasn't. He's falling over and it's Justin makes contact, but he wins the ball, and it's more his touch than anything. He's making him fall away, and Justin bundles into him, winning the ball at the same time. Gets a booking for his protest,
Someone
I think.
got booked, yeah. Someone got booked there, Rob. Decordova-Reid and Jamie Vardy were involved as well, so I'm going to get the old Premier League app up, and that will tell us who definitely received that yellow card. Are you thinking Decordova-Reid? He looked like he was having a word at the time. Tottenham anyway waiting to take the free kick, central position, 30 yards out, potential pile driver if they've got someone in the team to do that. Porro and Son stand over the ball. Tottenham led 1-0 at half-time, fairly comfortable. Son had forced Stelarczyk into a fabulous save, and the game has just completely flipped at the start of this second half. Tottenham's women 2-1 up at Palace in the WSL. Chelsea beat Arsenal by 1-0, and Liverpool 1-1 now away to Leicester. Liverpool led, Leicester have just scored, and West Ham leading Everton by 1-0. Decordova-Reid was the player booked. Porro stands over the ball. We're heading to Selhurst Park shortly. Let's see what Tottenham can do with this. Porro focuses solely on the ball. The whistle blows, runs at it with his right foot, takes a deflection, hits the bar, comes back out. Bentancur's volley goes behind for a goal kick to Selhurst Park. Aaron Paul.
Penalty to Brentford, double challenge first. Will Hughes with a potential handball, but then Maxence Lacroix fouling Nathan Collins means that Brian Mbeumo has the opportunity to put Brentford ahead, and he strikes the bottom of the post, and it's another good save from Dean Henderson for the rebound, and it remains 0-0. Ali, give me a goal.
Drama at Selhurst Park, drama at Tottenham, still 0-0. Commentary continues over on Sports Extra. Chris and Robbie, as I say, taking the calls tonight on 606, and all the reaction, as always, in the Football Daily podcast, available for you on the BBC Sounds app. The Monday morning one, always a particularly good listen, the Premier League review show. Here come Tottenham. Bergvall on the right, good turn, looking for Kulusevski. Couldn't find his fellow Swede. Christensen intercepts. Decordova-Reid does well. Under pressure, plays it back to Soumare. Bergvall leaps in, wins it for Tottenham. Son tried to find more. Justin intercepts, and suddenly Leicester sweeping upfield, looking for a third goal. Son desperately trying to get back. Slides in, doesn't get a foot on the ball. It runs to Ayew. Ayew looks for Justin. His layoff back to Ayew. Ayew hits the shot, and Dragusin blocks it in the near post area, and that will run away for a throw-in to Leicester. This has got a feeling of a cup tie, Rob, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's end-to-end stuff all of a sudden. Leicester with the breakaway. We've seen it so often for Spurs that they leave themselves short at the back, and they were short there. Leicester had the overload on, much like the first half, didn't execute it like they should.
17 minutes gone in this second half. Leicester leading 2-1. Fass has come straight through the back of Son Heung-min, helps him to his feet, says, sorry about that, pal. No free kick. And Winks plays back to Justin. Justin across here to Vestergaard. Vestergaard to Christensen, a win that would give Leicester real hope in the relegation battle. Bentancur muscles his way in front of Decordova-Reid. Quick passing from Tottenham, and the ball is with Kulusevski. Holds off Christensen, looking for the run here from Moore. Nearly found him. Stelarczyk read it, slides out and grabs that ball with both hands.
Grateful Woutfest there. He wasn't catching Mikey Moore. He made the run. It's well-timed run. It was a good ball.
Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. El Khanous on the dribble inside his own half. Got to be careful here. He's giving it away. Bergvall. Soumare's done really well for Leicester. Wins it and plays it to El Khanous. And this game is wide open at the moment. Winks now brings the ball forward for Leicester, up towards the halfway line. Low threaded pass finds Ayew. Ayew sprints infield. He's tackled. Loads of space in the midfield. El Khanous is there. Penalty retake, I'm hearing, at Selhurst Park.
Yeah, VAR ruled that Palace players encroached upon Brian Mbeumo, who has a second bite the cherry now, and Mbeumo scores, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Brentford had the lead here, and Dean Henderson smashes the ball back towards the halfway line. Very, very harsh, but VAR correctly ruling that Palace players had encroached on the penalty box on the initial penalty. Palace 0, Brentford 1.
Aaron gets his goal. Commentary over on Sports Extra. Here come Tottenham. Son in the area, dribbling, trying to find a way past Vestergaard. Cross the face of goal. No one there for Tottenham. Kulusevski chases the ball to the edge of the area. Is able to turn here. Fronts up against Christensen. Dummies across. Drags it back with his right foot. Finds Porro. Porro, short pass here to Bergvall. Loads of blue shirts in his way. Ayew is there. Clears for Leicester. Half caught by Reguilon. Vardy definitely wants to chase that. Dragusin beats him to the ball. Plays it back to his goalkeeper, Kinski.
Now another opening for Tottenham. Look, in the amount of bodies they're committing for, they've got to create chances, because if they don't, they're so exposed at the back. Jamie Vardy sat there waiting on just one good ball. Yes. Give me one good ball.
Wild game here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Didn't see this coming at half-time. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. 25 minutes to play. Dragushin finds Kulusevski on the right. Porro's there in support. Corner of the Leicester area. Sumari nearly fouled him. Porro's found a way through. Drives it with his right foot, went near post again. Finds the side netting. And listen to what the Tottenham fans think of that. You can see them down there, arms wide open, saying, why didn't you cross it?
Well, he went from hero to zero in this under a second there. It was wonderful skill and skip past two players. And they're queuing up. They're queuing up to score. He had one from an impossible angle in the first half and he missed. And that one was even harder. I mean, I had no idea what the thought process was.
Frustration increasing at Tottenham, particularly because Leicester taking their time over the restart. Villa West Ham kicks off at 4:30. We got full commentary on it here on 5 Live. John Murray's got the team news.
Well, one change from the team that you saw, Ali, in Monaco. Ramsey is in for Buendia, who's on the bench, with McGinn, who's returning from injury, and new Villa signing Andres Garcia as the substitute as well. West Ham makes 3 changes, with Mavropanos suspended. Sofal and Soler are in for him, and Rodriguez, who's the substitute. There's a change in goal. Areola starts, Fabianski on the bench. I make it there are 4 fullbacks in the West Ham starting lineup.
Right, excellent, thank you, John. John with Stephen Warnock alongside him at Villa Park for our second Premier League commentary of the day here on 5 Live. Brentford are 1 up at Palace, Leicester 2-1 up here at Tottenham with a win that would take them out of the bottom 3 if they can go on to achieve that. Fast back to Stolarczyk. Son comes hurtling towards him. Stolarczyk off balance, clears with his left foot and out for a throw-in to Tottenham on the right. They are hurrying everything along as you'd expect. One game in the Scottish Premiership today. Rangers 3-1 winners at Dundee United, and more European football commentaries on the way in midweek. Wednesday and Thursday nights, the culmination of the Champions League and Europa League group stages. We're at Manchester City on Wednesday night for their game against Club Brugge. They are starting the night in the elimination zone in that massive Champions League table, and Thursday night we're in Bucharest. Decordova Reid's got to be careful here. He's delaying Tottenham taking the free kick. He's on a yellow card, and the Tottenham fans know that, Rob.
Yeah, Tottenham know it. Right in front of their dugout. It's foolish, because I mean, the game's dead. You know, they're going to take it at some point. You're going to get on with the game, and you've killed it. You've done your job. Get back.
Mikey Moore, I think he might have overhit that pass looking for Son down the channel. Stolarczyk comes across the byline, falls on the ball, and he's going to stay there for a few seconds. I can hear you chuckling away.
The compulsory dive on the ball from the goalkeeper. It doesn't matter how hard it's coming, just fall on it. Only if your team's winning. Only if your team's winning.
All the highlights match the day 2 tonight. BBC 1 at 10:30. There is now a repeat on a Monday morning of Match the Day 2. BBC 2 at 7:45. That starts tomorrow. Leicester player down is holding his head wide on the right-hand side. That's Ayew. Tottenham fans and players think he's making the most of that, but Leicester do get the free kick inside the Tottenham half. Reguilon complains vehemently to referee Rob Jones. Let's have a look at this, Rob Green.
Yeah,
he's lined him up.
Yeah, he's lined him up from a while off, and he's been booked as well, I think, Reguilon. It's the referee's assistant that gave it. They're clearly in communication straight away, because Rob Jones didn't see it because of the angle. It's right in front of the assistant. I mean, he's complaining about it. I've absolutely no idea what for, because it's blatant.
Leicester City do not mind the disruption to the game. They don't want Tottenham to get into a rhythm of any sorts here. Richarlison gave them the lead in the first half, but 2 goals in 4 minutes at the start of the second half from El Canouse and Jamie Vardy. Now have Leicester 2-1 in front. Free kick for them. Just over 20 minutes to play. Wide on the right, coming from deep here. It's about 10 yards inside the Tottenham half. And El Canouse is the player who will drive it low with his right foot. Miscontrolled on the edge of the box. Ball's loose, thumped away by Gray. Son will chase. Winks gets to it first. Plays back to his goalkeeper, Stolarczyk. Son's the only one really doing the pressing there. Kulusevski eventually makes it upfield to join him. Son still sprinting for all he's worth to get across to Stolarczyk here. Slices it badly out of play for a throw into Tottenham on the left. Given Leicester's recent record of conceding goals, Tottenham certainly won't give this one up. They know they're going to get chances in the closing stages of this game. The ball is with Ben Davies. Davies, long high curling pass down the left. Moore had turned away from Justin, goes to ground, and the referee says that is a foul. That is a free kick for Tottenham. That's going to be a yellow card for James Justin.
Yeah, I think that's more the number of fouls rather than that specific foul itself, because he was the worst one in the first half, which he didn't get booked for. But Mikey Moore, he did well there, got on the turn and knew that James Justin was out of position and got the wrong side of him, won the free kick. And it's a good opportunity for Spurs. It's going to be interesting these last 20 minutes, because it was a little bit unsettled from the start of the game, and if it carries on like this, yes, the Spurs fans are with them right now whilst it's 2-1, but that can change.
Nerves jangling inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Tottenham free kick. Son waits for the referee's whistle. Tottenham players hungrily waiting to attack the cross. It comes in from the left now. Stolarczyk punches it away. Down on the floor, picks himself up. Another cross in from Porro. Flicked header is over the bar there from Dragushin. And behind for a goal kick to Leicester. And Vestergaard, who jumped for the initial cross that came in to head it away, is now down and hurt.
Yeah, clattered by his goalkeeper. Good goalkeeping into the bodies. Good fist on it. And then Dragushin, an impossible task of really flicking that ball onto the target. But every blow, every knock, every free kick, Leicester dragging this out.
Eyes drawn again to Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou. He's frustrated that the game is not back underway. Vestergaard's back on his feet. He hasn't needed treatment. What does it mean for the Tottenham boss? I wonder if Tottenham do go on to lose this game. Latest in the Gallagher Premiership, Sale lead the leaders Bath 13 points to 5 after half an hour of that game. Brentford are 1 up at Palace. Leicester are 2-1 up here at Tottenham. Ayew, he's down again holding his head. Flicked a header on. Ref's going to have to stop the game. He jumped for a header. Might have been a clash of heads there. You can hear the reaction of the Tottenham fans. If he's genuinely... The referee can't take a risk with that.
No.
Got to stop the game.
Went up, went for a header, got hit in the head. Regulations are, and they're for the good of the players, the welfare of the players. What would put a stop to all of this would be the fourth official to have a stopwatch.
Yeah.
To say, right, stop the game, stop the clock. We can do that. It's a fairly simple rule.
It was a clash of heads. Bentancur went for the header and headed the back of Ayew's head. So he's down, receiving treatment, back on his feet shortly. WSL latest. Palace 2, Tottenham 2 now. Leicester 1, Liverpool 1. West Ham 1, Everton 0. And Chelsea beat Arsenal by a goal to 0. And the Six Nations, must mention that as well, starts this weekend coming. So Friday, full commentary of France-Wales here on 5 Live, and on Saturday you'll have a choice of listening, because Ireland-England in the Six Nations will be on 5 Live at 4:45, and Wolves-Villa in the Premier League will be on Sports Extra. And Bournemouth-Liverpool, do not miss that, 3 o'clock next week. It was incredible, I tell you, at Bournemouth yesterday. The football, the atmosphere, the buzz around Bournemouth. Here come Tottenham with Mikey Moore, bit of a buzz about him as well. Dribbling. Then gets the cross in, half deflected. Vestergaard nods it away. Porro plays to his left. Reguilon under pressure, poor pass. Justin is there, clears for Leicester with his right foot. Time is running out for Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou. Here's Reguilon. Reguilon's low ball is behind Son. Christensen is there, one touch, thumps it away, but at the moment Leicester just hacking it away and not looking for a teammate. It's coming straight back at them, and they've still got 15 minutes and more to defend this lead. Kulusevski with the ball at his feet. Christensen in front of him. Kulusevski takes him on, brings the ball infield, still running to the edge of the box, slides it through. Son tries to get a turn. It's Stelarczyk off his line quickly. It would have been offside. Rob Green.
Yeah, it was offside, and referee Rob Jones going over now finally to book Harry Winks, and it feels like it's about 5 minutes ago, but he rugby tackled. I think it was Serge Reguilon by the touchline. Leicester was struggling because Jordan Ayew was still off the pitch, getting treatment, and so they were clinging on. They've been clinging on for a few minutes now, but just looking at Ruud van Nistelrooy down there, I think when's he going to start making changes just to shore it up a bit?
Change is coming actually, Rob, a couple of them. El Khanous is down. Now, he's one of the players who is due to be coming off. Facundo Buonanotte will be coming on for him. And Jamie Vardy's run his race, it looks like. I think Patson Daka will be coming on for him with pace to test that Tottenham backline. Tottenham are going to be way open in the last 15 minutes of this game. They're trailing Leicester by 2-1. You were saying, Rob, just as we wait for treatment to be administered here, before the game, that Tottenham's season really already is not about the league, no. Is it? It's about the cup competitions. And I'm just thinking purely in terms of sort of Ange Postecoglou's position at the moment, this awful run they're on in the league.
Well, you don't want to go on about injuries and fixture congestion, because everyone in Europe has that. Spurs have that at the moment. Yes, they got a good win in Europe last week, on Thursday, against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are fourth from bottom in the Bundesliga. They're not good. You know, it wasn't a great performance by them, by Tottenham, to win the game. Yeah, they got 3 goals away from home in Europe. Yes, in that respect, it was a win. It was one that virtually assured their assurance of making it through. Yes, they got a lead against Liverpool, but if it carries on like this, how much longer before the damage between the fans and the club becomes irreparable?
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how the atmosphere develops as well in the next 20 minutes or so. Tottenham fans at the moment frustrated that the changes took a while there, but they've happened now. Buonanotte is on, and so is Daka. Daka is 20, number 20, and Buonanotte is double that at 40, double tops. Here's Stelarczyk, clears with his right foot for Leicester. Davis up really well to win the header against Ayew. Ball is lobbed towards the edge of the Tottenham area. Oh, that's causing consternation. Dragushin steps in, bouncing ball, heads it away. Winks, good climb from him, nods it down. Buonanotte is tackled. Tottenham try and bring it away with more. That is good battling from Archie Gray. He was fouled. That's going to be a Tottenham free kick inside their own half. Time is running out. 13 minutes left in this second half, plus added time. And the yellow cards are flying about now. Latest one, 4.
Well, he's not kicked the ball yet. He's kicked more players than he has the ball.
Buonanotte booked as soon as he's come on. Ball forward to Porro. Good control. Turns. Kulusevski on the right. Cross hits the back of Christensen and goes behind for a Tottenham corner. I wouldn't put it past Tottenham winning this 3-2 either, Rob.
There's more goals. There's more goals in this, and you're just wondering, you can't see where it's coming.
Here it comes now. Kulusevski's cross into the chest of Christensen on the edge of the box. Ball is scooped out to Porro on the right from Bergvall. Bergvall there in support, across to Bentancur, 35 yards out in a central position. Now to Reguilon, has the beating of Buonanotte, gets his head down, heads for the ball. Good cross in, fast intercept at the near post, and the ball is knocked behind for a Tottenham corner.
Oh, it's another defensive action and another execution by Wout Pearson. You're never quite sure, but he got his foot in the way, he got it away from danger. They celebrate it. Another wave of attack is away. They're looking down the minutes now and saying, hold on a minute.
It's on the edge, this game. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Corner for Tottenham, driven in from that left-hand side. Fast leaps. Long hair flying as he flicks the header away. Son lays it off to Porro. Deep cross to the far post. Dragushin heads it back across goal. Stelarczyk is up, catches it falling backwards, and he's now down hurt in the 6-yard box. We're going to get another stoppage in play. Ben Davies trots away. There was a whole host of bodies in there, and Ange Postecoglou's giving it that look at the moment. It's like, come on, mate.
I wasn't going to do the accent.
No, I thought about not doing that actually, Rob, but decided to take the risk.
No, he took the blow in the midriff. Stelarczyk, he's done well today. The goalkeeper, he looks assured. He's not. Sometimes his kicks have gone awry, but he's had to do a lot of that. He's had a lot of workload, and it's been all done relatively well. One fantastic save in the first half.
Yeah, Yeah, the tip onto the bar as well,
Yes,
actually, from
two
Son's
saves,
effort.
sorry.
2 brilliant saves, wasn't it, in the first
Justice,
half. 10 minutes left in the game. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Another stoppage here, so let's head back to Selhurst Park, get the latest on Palace Brentford from Aaron Paul.
Well, Brentford are now 2 up. Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 2. Kevin Schade with a gorgeous header, following the ball in from the right-hand side. But he looks like he's done a bit of damage to... Oh, that's painful. Just looking at a replay, he's gone, headed the ball, followed through, and he smashed his face right into the head of Tyreek Mitchell. And Schade went straight down on the deck after scoring that goal. Tyreek Mitchell is still down as well. So with 10 minutes to play, it is Palace 0, Brentford 2, but we're in a lengthy stoppage, Al.
Well, yeah, I think we're going to get plenty of added time here as well, Aaron. Commentary on that game continues on Sports Extra. We've got full commentary of Villa West Ham on the way here on 5 Live. All of it followed by 6:06 tonight at 7 o'clock. This game is about to get back underway, and Stolarczyk clears with his right foot. Ayew slipped, the ball hit him, turned into a pass for Buonanotte. Buonanotte holds onto it in the Tottenham half, wide on the right. Good interception at the back from Reguilon. Buonanotte has it again for Leicester. Danger for Tottenham here. Bergvall runs him off it fairly. What can he do with the ball at his feet now? Blue shirts in front of him. Plays to his right to Porro. Porro forward to Kulusevski. Christensen steps in. Porro gets another chance. Can't find Kulusevski again. Christensen's ball intercepted by Bergvall. Chance here for Tottenham. Ball is with their captain Son. Excitement levels rising inside the stadium. Can they find a way back? Moore hits a shot from the edge of the box. Reguilon was making the run on the outside. He didn't use him. Leicester have hurried a clearance away, only as far as Porro. Porro's crossing with his left foot is no good at all and goes straight behind for the goal kick.
Poor execution from Porro. Poor choice from Moore, really. Had the pass on, was the better option. Stepped inside, had a queue of blue shirts ready to block it. Another yellow card.
Stolarczyk delaying the restart of the game, I think, will be the official reason for that. Time wasting from Stolarczyk, and the ref's not having any of that.
I think if you're down the bottom and you're winning 2 away, 1 away from home, and you're the goalkeeper, if you do not get booked, you haven't done your job properly.
Says former England keeper Rob Green. Tottenham fans incensed that Stolarczyk still taking his time over the goal kick. High, long one downfield. Again, Davis got up really well to beat Ayew in the air. It's gone out for a Tottenham throw. Tottenham, though, again, Rob, in terms of rhythm, in terms of sort of concerted pressure, they're not really been able to create that against Leicester in moments. They've been moments, haven't they?
They haven't got the grip on the game, which you think. They're not camped in their half. Like, you're expecting wave after wave and pressure, and you're just saying, when is it going to come? They've just not got that quality to retain the possession and keep the shape there. It's still only Bentancur sat in the middle, and he can't get on the ball.
Davis on the ball for Tottenham, striding forward into the Leicester half. Leicester players backing off, looks for more. Justin's got it covered. Back to Stolarczyk. Stolarczyk, first time clearance. High spinning ball, drops out of play for a throw into Tottenham on the left, just inside the Leicester half. Davis takes it. 7.5 minutes left of the 90. Plenty of added time to come. And Leicester, with a win, will take themselves out of the bottom 3 ahead of a trip to Everton, Goodison Park, next week. And then after that, it's FA Cup 4th round for them, away to Manchester United. All about the 3 points today, though. Here's Reguilon on the left for Tottenham. Good speed from him. Beats Justin, off balance with the cross, and he's knocked it straight behind for the goal kick. Yeah, Son chased it, thought he was able to keep that in play. It's actually bent behind the goal line, come back into play, but it went out. That'll be a goal kick.
Every moment that ticks by, you're looking by and you're thinking, well, Spurs are going to have a moment of quality somewhere. They're looking around at each other. Well, who's going to provide it? Who's going to step up? And can't quite see it. We were saying we thought they were going to have more goals in. Now you're just feeling the belief in the ground, in the team, just ebbing away.
Ruud van Nistelrooy pacing anxiously, just tucks his nose and his chin underneath the black snood. Lots of snoods on show in the warm-up today. Chilly grey afternoon in North London. Gloomy one for Tottenham fans again in terms of the football, trailing Leicester 2-1. Leicester coming into this game off the back of 7 straight defeats. Goal at Selhurst Park, Aaron Paul.
Romain Esse has landed in SE25. The ball played across the box, and there he was to the back stick, just a tap home. Esse with a Premier League goal on his debut. Palace with 1 back. Palace 1, Brentford 2.
Commentary on Sports Extra. Tottenham have won a corner. Moore's dribbling, stopped in his tracks down by the byline. Tottenham thinking about going short. Reguilon says to Moore, leave it to me. 6 minutes left of the 90 into the 85th minute of the game. Reguilon's delivery. Stolarczyk gets a fist on it. Out it comes to the edge of the box. Shoot, they say, the Tottenham fans. Porro passes to Son. Son couldn't quite control it. Back to Porro. He does shoot. Big deflection. The goalkeeper made a bit of a meal of that. Straight at him. It spins off his chest, but he's able to grab the rebound.
I would have called that a good save, Ali.
Would you? I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it's what a spin on a wet ball and under pressure 5 minutes ago. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium 2-1 up.
Yeah.
In the relegation zone.
Do you know what?
Making a meal of it.
I'd nearly got through 90 minutes there, Rob, without doing one of those. I was listening to Statman Dave on 5 Live Sport yesterday. Yeah, well, no, but he was rattling through some goalkeeper stuff. And I thought, oh, if Rob was here, I know where Rob would be going with this. But actually, it was about the improvement of Matt Sells in particular for Nottingham Forest. But you're quite right to pick me up on that one. I'm glad I wasn't between the sticks for Leicester. They're 5 minutes away here from a massive win, plus a bit of added time. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2, all changed right at the start of the second half. What a run from Samari. Christensen has found him. Daka, no, he's offside. Daka's offside. He made the run in behind the Tottenham backline. Thought he was on for a second. Tottenham want to go quickly. Referee says the ball was rolling. No, he's not saying that. He's saying Leicester want to make a couple of changes. And actually, that was well played by Ruud van Nistelrooy and his team. He saw Tottenham were about to go quickly. Let's stop this game and stop them doing that. Former Tottenham man comes on. So that's Oliver Skipp comes on. Bobby Decordova-Reid comes off. And Connor Cody, he of 5 Live fame, always enjoyed Connor on the Monday Night Club and sitting alongside us for the commentaries. He's going to come into the action for Leicester and will replace Jordan Ayew.
Well, a midfielder coming on for a wide player and a centre-back coming on for the other wide player. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy's intentions are made fairly clear here for the remaining few minutes. Connor Cody slips in straight into a back 5 now. It's about keeping this lead.
There is going to be a lot of angry fans, Tottenham fans, inside this stadium if it stays this way at the end of the game. It'll be really interesting to see where that anger is directed. We've heard the chants against Daniel Levy certainly during first half and second half here, but Ange Postecoglou down beneath us is a man under real pressure. Tottenham trailing. Son back to goal, wide on the left for Tottenham, level with the penalty spot, turns, faces Fass. Archie Gray makes a run for him. Son on the dribble away from goal, finds Porro. Porro curls a ball into the penalty area. Fass is there running back towards his own goal, heads it away. Christensen follows it down to the byline, just stops it from going out for a corner, and it's gone out for a throw-in instead. We're about to tick over into the 88th minute of this game.
Yeah, they've always had chances to cross the ball here, Spurs. Now they've got Son up against 3 centre-halves, so it's not going to happen for him. You've got to find a different way.
Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Deadly silent now inside this stadium. Tottenham have it. Not sure the Tottenham fans believe they're going to get back into this game. Porro, wide on the right, delays on the cross, plays it back to Dragushin. Dragushin across to Ben Davies here. All looks so good for them at half-time as well. Richarlison giving them the lead. Reguilon. Back to Bentancur. Tottenham sitting on 24 points. Question will be, are they getting sucked into a relegation battle? Heaven forbid, as Porro finds Kulusevski. Leicester, everyone behind the ball, defending for their lives. Porro with a bit of speed, crosses from the right towards the far post, beyond everyone. Chested down here by Reguilon. Reguilon back to Mikey Moore, the 17-year-old. Now Bentancur lays it off to Davis. Davis goes wide here to Reguilon. Leicester have got this all covered. Moore, little touch on the outside. It's gone too far. Fass had him covered. It runs behind the dead ball line. That is a goal kick to Leicester.
Well, Leicester are defending. They've got a triangle starting on the edge of the box and then just working out another 15-20 yards outside their box, this triangular shape that they've got. And they're saying, breakthroughs, beat us down. You cannot cross the ball in. Your fullbacks can have the ball as long as you want. You can keep it out there. We don't care. We've got 2 minutes and injury time to see this through.
It's Rob Green with us here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2, Palace 1, Brentford 2. Closing stages of that game over on Sports Extra. Reguilon backpedaling, heads the ball out of play for a throw-in to Leicester, who've got James Justin now down, rubbing the back of his calf. So the referee, Robert Jones, is going to come over and see what this is all about.
Cramp.
And
he's taking the throw. So it's a handy one.
So Justin stretches off, gets ready to take the throw. It's the Leicester fans now you can hear singing inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I don't think they really believed this might have been possible this afternoon, but suddenly they are going to move above Wolves and Ipswich and out of the bottom three, and there is hope as Davis clears. Fass heads it away. Tottenham fans are just done for the day at the moment. We'll wait and see on the full-time whistle. Loads of them marching out as well. Plenty waiting to vent their spleen at the end of the game. Ball forward from Porro, headed away by Cody now for Leicester. Back to Christensen. Christensen with a right-footed clearance, and that's overly urgent from Bentancur through the back of Daka. That's going to be a free kick for Leicester. Back to Selhurst Park, Aaron Paul.
Brentford so close to wrapping it up. Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 2. They hit the post. I'm not going to lie, Ali, I didn't see who, and neither did the Brentford X account as well, because there are so many pillars in this press box. But this has turned into a real end-to-end battle. We're into 9 added on minutes at the end of this second half. Palace 1, Brentford 2.
Making it sound like the Colosseum there, Rob. But I know what you mean, Aaron. It is difficult. Either end you look there, quite often your view can be obstructed. 7 minutes of added time. 7 minutes for Tottenham to try and salvage something from what is turning into another miserable afternoon for them. Vestergaard, chipped ball down the inside left channel. Porro did really well. It dropped over his right shoulder, controlled it on the bootlaces, gets Tottenham on the move down the left-hand side. I think that's more of we want Levy out. That's woken the Tottenham fans up.
It's harder to sing Postecoglou out, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Rob. Here's Kulusevski. Ball at his feet on the right for Tottenham, attacking position. Bentancur, back heel. Soumari's read that for Leicester. Runs away with the ball. Still bundles of energy as he tries to bring it away. Back into midfield. Winks, the former Tottenham man, about to strike a massive blow to his former club. Pass forward doesn't reach a teammate. Dragushin runs back into his own half to get that ball for Tottenham. Koulibaly, Woyo Koulibaly, the French fullback, is going to come on shortly and make a debut for Leicester, having recently signed from Parma during this transfer window. Leicester with defending still to do here. Tottenham 1, Leicester 2. Good skills from Kulusevski initially. Christensen back at him, makes the tackle. Bentancur lets that ball drift over his head. It actually bounces on his back there as he stoops beneath the challenge of Daka. Davis side foots a pass to Dragushin. Forward to Bergvall. Urgency from Tottenham now. Porro looking for runners in the middle. Crosses paw into the back of Christensen. Nodded down. Bergvall tries to win it back. Daka's there, just hoists the ball high in the air. Another former Tottenham man, Skip, is underneath it. Heads it forward. Bentancur's header is then cleared away by Fass. Dragushin is underneath that in the centre circle. Head tennis, really scrappy. Leicester won't mind this. Dragushin jumps in with Daka, bumps into Daka, and Daka's gone down holding his head. So we're going to have another stoppage, and the Leicester medical team comes sprinting on.
Yeah, I think you're looking at it now, and it's just luck. It's luck if Spurs score now. They're going to throw the ball in, and hopefully something comes off, because they've run out of ideas. There's no answer to Leicester sitting in, saying we're just going to defend. Leicester aren't interested in attacking or doing anything on the break. They're sitting in, putting bodies on the line. It goes anywhere. Spurs can't come up with an answer. They're looking around thinking, well, hold on a minute, who's doing this? I think you're better off chucking Dragushin up front and allowing Son somewhere else just to do something, because he's wasted. As your best player, he's wasted against 3 centre-halves.
If Dragushin wins something, Son could run onto it. Mikey Moore could do the same.
Just
exactly,
something, because there's nothing right now.
Daka receiving the treatment. Deep in added time here. 3 minutes of added time have gone. So 4 still to go, but I think there'll be at least 5 or 6 beyond this. Koulibaly is still waiting to be brought into the game as well. Brentford are 2-1 up at Palace. Leicester are 2-1 up here at Tottenham. And we've still got full commentary of Villa West Ham to come. And Tottenham fans, I know Chris and Robbie will want to hear from you. Leicester fans as well. 6:06 tonight. Lines will open at half-time during the Villa West Ham game. The number to dial is 08085 909 693. And during 6:06 you'll get those updates from Fulham, Manchester United, which kicks off at 7 in the Premier League tonight. Will Lancashire comes on for Tottenham. It's a young striker thrown in at the end. Has scored a goal for Tottenham this season. That's what they need here. Trailing Leicester by 2-1, and the game is back underway. Koulibaly is on. Daka is waiting to get back on, having been seen by the medical team for the head knock. Bentancur's got the ball at his feet. 35 yards out in a central position, plays it to Kulusevski on the right, outside of his left foot, crossing towards Bergvall, couldn't get the shot away, falls here to Ben Davies. No, not enough on the pass. Koulibaly gets his first touch for Leicester. What's he going to do with this? Leicester leading 2-1, turns into trouble, he's given the ball away. Mikey Moore wins the tackle, Moore then caught by Koulibaly. Referee says play on. Daka is back on the field. Cody gets the ball inside his own penalty area. Low pass from him up the channel towards Harry Winks. We've played 4.5 minutes of added time. The officials said there were going to be 7. I think the clock is going to tick over a little bit more than that, but Ange Postecoglou is staring another Premier League defeat in the face. It will be a 13th of the season. It will be an 8th in the last 11 games. It will be a 4th in a row. Here's Kulusevski. Porro bombing on the outside. Kulusevski uses him as a decoy, gets the cross into the box. Moore's there, hits it straight at Stelarczyk. The flag goes up, it wouldn't have counted. Leicester's keeper has made some saves this afternoon. He didn't know when that ball was struck that it wouldn't have counted, got his body in the way.
It's a brilliant save. It was offside, but as you say, Ali, it wasn't to know. For once, there wasn't anyone from Leicester in the middle to answer the cross, and found a bit of space. Koulibaly he's run off the back of, and he needs to get up to speed fast because he's got a couple of minutes and already he's given the ball away once and caught napping on that cross. And you're thinking, out of all the experienced players they've got out there, putting on a lad who's never kicked a ball in the Premier League before, it's a big risk.
Still waiting for this reaction from the Tottenham fans on the full-time whistle. Another miserable afternoon for them. Dragushin miskicks, gets away with that, has another stab at it, plays it to Porro. Porro's ball forward with his right foot. Lancashire slips. Winks speeds in for Leicester, tackled by Kulusevski. Kulusevski on the dribble, Winks back at him, gets a foot on the ball. Cody calms things down, plays it forward to Buonanotte. Too much on the pass from Buonanotte. Kinski is out of his penalty area for Tottenham. We're into the last minute of the minimum amount of added time. I think there's probably 2 minutes to go here. Leicester are 2 minutes away from 3 points that'll take them out of the bottom 3. Bergvall back heels it to Kulusevski. Can Tottenham find a spark or something at the end of this game? Kulusevski receives it from Porro, who is stumbling forward. He has won a corner, though, off balance. The ball hit one of the Leicester players. It's gone behind for a Tottenham corner.
Yeah, this is it. This is it for Spurs. They've come up with so little since from going behind. They need to come up with something now. So they need to find an answer.
Porro waits to take the corner from the right for Tottenham. Left arm in the air. Tottenham have just about everyone inside that penalty area. Delivery in, drops, edge of the 6-yard box. Leicester get bodies in the way. Kulusevski volleys across back into the box. Bentancur hits one. Vestergaard gets a big long left leg in the way. Bentancur pushed in the back by Daka. Takes the free kick quickly. That was 25 yards out. Tottenham could have shot from there. Porro's low cross into the box, intercepted by Christensen, and he clears it away for a Tottenham throw. The minimum amount of added time has been played. It is now down to the discretion of the referee. It was 7 minutes initially. We had the Daka head injury in added time. Last knockings for Tottenham. Long, hopeful cross from Kulusevski. Flicked on by Dragushin. Free kick for Leicester. There was a foul inside the penalty area. They're nearly there.
What a result this will be for Leicester. 45 minutes ago, you didn't give them a prayer. Going behind and showing so few signs of life in recent games. And all of a sudden, getting themselves in the lead and looking relatively comfortable against a Spurs time that has floundered in this second half.
Floundered is a very good word. It sums it up perfectly. Stelarczyk takes the free kick for Leicester. Leicester fans waiting for that precious, special full-time whistle. A first win in 8 Premier League games is not quite there just yet, but Cody has been fouled. His shirt's been tugged in the centre circle. He's won a free kick. He gets high fives from all his teammates around him. And the cameras again, and that's the thing with being a Premier League manager, when it's not going your way, they all zoom in on the face of Ange Postecoglou, who is going to have to face the music again after a 13th Premier League defeat of the season for Tottenham. Kulusevski has the ball at his feet, but he's been tackled inside his own half. It's all over. Leicester get the win that takes them out of the relegation zone. But the gloom only deepens for Tottenham in what's been a troubled season for them. Ange Postecoglou, in isolation, the Tottenham boss, slowly makes his way onto the field here. And I think everyone in this stadium wonders, from a Tottenham point of view, is this the nadir? Is this as bad as it's going to get? Are they going to get sucked into a relegation battle? That is 6 defeats in the last 7 Premier League games. It is 4 defeats in a row. They were in control at half-time. They led by a goal to nil, but they were dozy after the break. Leicester scored 2 in the space of 4 minutes. They have seen it out, and that is a massive